Welcome to Shadow the Broker, Chill Session 6. So, every now and then we get together. Well, we used to do it, I think, every 2 months, but now it's every quarter. And we just chat about some logistical issues, uh, other concerns with the campaign, and yeah, it's kind of our time to get together and chill out. And we also have, well, in the past we've done trivia games, but today, well, sorry, we do trivia and sabacc games. And while we will be doing trivia today, instead of sabacc, we will actually be playing huttball. So, before we get into that, though, we've got a couple of issues, or not so much issues, that sounds really negative. Items, agenda items, though, we will be going over. So, before I start getting into the ones that I'm going to go through, if anyone wants to jump in with some of theirs, feel free. Okay, well, guess not. So, one of the first things I wanted to talk about is encumbrance. And I know that we haven't been paying too much attention to that, but I just want to make sure that people aren't being too cheeseball with it in terms of having a backpack, load bearing gear, like several things that are essentially backpacks that are stacking. And so I'm not going to come down too crazy hard about that, but I do want people to really think about just, we really try to emphasize RP here. And so there will be a lot of situations like, you go into a museum exhibit, you're not going to be able to bring in a massive duffel bag and load bearing gear with all of your stuff with you. So really try to think about what you're actually bringing into a mission. And there have been times, for instance, with Ragesh, my character, that I ditch a lot of stuff because I know that we're going to a specific place where you can't really bring in a lot of stuff. So I do ask that if people are going to use backpacks, to really limit it to one main backpack, and then if you need more encumbrance, use stuff like utility belts, tracker vests, things like that, so you're not stacking things that are essentially other backpacks on top of your main backpack. Before I move forward on that, does anyone have any comments about that?
One only thing that just jumps out at me there. Some of the items describe themselves like as backpacks that aren't adding encumbrance, that are actually like really high encumbrance items. Would you be open to saying that like those would go? It's like I feel like there's like a medical backpack that's like a 3 or 4 encumbrance item.
Mhm.
Would you be able to say that that would go in a backpack if there was a larger bag you could put it in?
Oh, I've always imagined the medical backpack as something that's kind of like a satchel that gets slung around one shoulder.
Okay.
So,
Actually,
yeah, that's fine.
I,
Um,
I, I can actually tell you, as someone who has been a medic in the army, who's had the medical backpack with a rucksack, we will take the medical backpack and just put it in another backpack and carry it.
okay.
So it really is just a high encumbrance item.
All right. Cool. Good to know that. Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I also, I'm saying this for myself because R2 has not R2, sorry, N1 has tons of crap that I need to go through and limit some things, because there will be some things, and this is kind of, minor spoiler, but not such a spoiler because you guys don't know which mission this will pop up in, but there will be a mission or two where your total encumbrance, not your encumbrance rating, like above it, but your total encumbrance will make a big difference, because just because you can carry lots of stuff doesn't remove the fact that you have added mass to yourself. And there will be situations, and I'll let you guys think of those, but there will be situations where your total encumbrance will make a big difference. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So don't try to stack too much encumbrance when you don't really need to. All right, so
Sorry, just a sec before we
uh-huh.
move on from that. Something else to think about is if your character has a backpack, think about what you have in that backpack. Think about what specific items of encumbrance go in there, and what your character is carrying when they don't have a backpack, and what your character is carrying when they do have a backpack.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Exactly.
Way to use Ogden, note functions on equipment. If you have a piece of equipment that goes in your backpack, you can just put a note on it and say that goes in the backpack.
Oh, that's a perfect solution. I like that.
Um, I think I've got that on Erdo's precision excavation kit, which is the item he has in his backpack because it's usually encumbering.
Hmm.
I'm kind of weird with R2 though. Like he has a quote unquote backpack, but it's not like it's strapped onto him. I'd say it was more like the internal cylinder bits that allow him for his customization because R2 has like one brawn, and he wouldn't be able to carry anything that you would expect from a little andro or a little astromech to
Right.
carry if it wasn't
So-
for that.
I don't know. While I would expect an Astro, I totally understand that like regular people equipment is modified for an astromech. I would say that for a backpack or something like that, that should represent somewhat external storage or removable storage. I don't know.
It could be like little satchels, like people have on the side of their Jeep or something, that you'll see every now and then. Something like that could be on the side of the R2 unit.
Panniers.
He's got like a tray table on him, like R2 from episode 6.
You guys keep pushing the tray table for R2. This is like the third or fourth time it's been mentioned. This is not going to happen. There's no tray table for him.
But you look so cute!
But yeah, yeah, that's a very good point, Kale. Let me think about that one. So
Yeah, it's always been kind of something I've been concerned with R2 because like he does have a bunch of stuff, but I mean obviously none of it's really all that broken or OP. It's like his data breaker for some reason, which doesn't even have a picture, is like one encumbrance. Like I don't even know what that looks like.
It really depends because there are certain items that are blatantly in the rules allowed to be integrated into a droid, like the data breaker. Surprisingly, in the rules it says you can have one just built into a droid if you buy it. So for most things, that's not really an issue, but for things like carrying around a medical kit or probably not a toolkit. I think toolkit's okay to integrate into something, but let's
Yeah,
like a
like
medical kit, would probably be something R2 would have to like wear on him.
Like the thing that I have with R2 is he has a custom toolkit and a physician's kit that I got for him, so that he could actually utilize the medical training that I gave him later on. So yeah, I've just up to this point really been assuming that it was kind of integrated for him, and like the other things like his hollow messenger, because there's nothing saying like I could have. What I want to do with R2 is I wouldn't want to just say he could do these things, like the scanning and the hollow messaging and the electro binocular things. It's all built into the droids. I didn't want to just assume he could do that when I made him, so I wanted to buy the items to make sure that I could do them.
Right.
Now I suppose if there's a lot of assumptions being made that an R2 unit or any droid could just do these things, then yeah, I could probably really lower my load that's going on here. So yeah, I'm just not sure. Like
I think most of those items are fine, like with the electro binoculars, because like if you think about like the capabilities of them, I don't think they're restricted or anything. So I don't think most people would really mind a droid having them in. So it's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
not
let
a
me
non-issue.
let me actually think about that though, because one of the issues though when it comes to items and encumbrance and all that, that is one way that balance is maintained as people get more and more credits and they expand on their abilities. So I don't want to go. I don't want to say anything right now because I do want to, step back and really look at it, especially compared to R2 and everybody in the campaign and how things are going in terms of encumbrance. So, yeah.
Oh, well, if it's a question of encumbrance, I still think even if it's an integrated item, it should still count against encumbrance because it's something that's.
Oh, okay, yeah, I thought
like motor functions. Yeah,
got
yeah.
it. I thought you were
I'm
saying
just talking
something
in terms
else.
of like
Okay.
concealability and carrying things
Right.
around.
Oh, okay, got it.
Well,
Yeah.
if we're going with the way he's saying it, then that's basically how I've been doing it up to this point. Like my
Yeah.
encumbrance, I'll straight up tell everyone it's 13, but I have a brawn of 1 because I think I have a modular backpack and like something like a utility belt.
Okay.
So, but I was just going with more of the fact that they were integrated items and that was because of his background story being designed
Okay.
for like
Well, tell you what,
espionage and versatility.
I don't want to spend too much more time on this topic,
Right.
Because we've got a lot to cover. But I will, take a look, and I'll be chatting with you one-on-one about that. So.
Okay, it was just something I've really been concerned about for a while.
Okay.
I didn't really know when to bring it up.
Cool. So, another thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is for all of the GMs, and this includes me. because I went over time yesterday, but adventure is going over time. So I want us all to be a lot more cognizant about timing and maybe setting some benchmarks where certain things just have to happen and we just have to move the adventure forward. And one of the things that I've done in the past is that sometimes if there's a combat about to start, but I know that I've got to cover more ground in the adventure, I do the quick resolution combat where it's just, it kind of reverses the way that social combat tends to be one roll. Even though we've expanded upon that, you make combat into one roll. And I don't suggest doing that all the time, but if we're running late on time, first ask the group to see if anyone has a hard stop. If someone doesn't have a hard stop, then sure, keep going. But a lot of times people do make plans, and those plans are predicated on the actual time slots that we put. So also too, when you are posting announcements, or when we are posting announcements, because once again this does apply to me, that we just make sure that if you think the mission is going to run for 3 hours, put 4 hours because there's always more stuff that's going to happen. And I think as long as people can see that, then they know. And I think that 4 hours is a pretty good spot. I think 5 hours is kind of pushing it, but that's my personal opinion. How do you guys feel? Because we've had a lot of missions that have gone into 5 hour territory.
How do we feel about longer missions, or?
Well, just missions that are posted as 3.5 to 4 hours, but pop over to 5.
Oh, I mean, I think if you post something for a certain time, you should always aim to design it to be, fitting within that time slot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, I know I always I've played tabletop RPGs for a while, and I always kind of assume things are going to run longer than they are listed, no matter what, because there's always the human factor. And like we were in yesterday, the adventure, like you said, oh, they're still inside the hangar, so they're just maybe, and it's not any of their fault, obviously. It's just sometimes people take longer doing certain things, or they take a different route that you didn't account for. So I just think I've always assumed tabletop RPGs, you're gonna take longer, not less time.
Right. Okay, well, I still, just like Ben and I were saying, though, that as GMs, we should be accounting for that and just making sure that we post things for a little bit later. Yeah. So, I mean, I should have said that yesterday was going to be 5 hours, but I didn't anticipate that as much. But, things always go a little bit over. And one thing I'm really surprised about, I still don't know how this happened, but Laws of War was only a 2.5 hour mission. And for me, GMing it actually felt a lot longer. And when I looked back on the time, I'm like, how in the world did I get through all this stuff in this amount of time? So I've been going back over and, thinking about how to move things forward without making it feel too rushed. And yeah, it's still a work in progress, but we'll see. Oh, I hear someone typing or posting in chat. I'm not looking at that though, so if you can speak up, please do.
It's not above the thing. It's just some.
Oh, okay.
Chat. But as far as GMs in time management goes, I might make a post on this sometime. But when you design a mission, make sure the essential parts are a lot shorter, or at least maybe an hour shorter than your allotted time, and then fill the rest with just optional or modular stuff that you can just cut if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Just have a timekeeping mechanism in your session already, or in your modular adventure.
Yeah. Speaking of which, though, so this is related to, but not specifically on this, but going back to just mission duration in general. How do you guys feel about the 5 hour missions versus the 3 and 4 hour? Is 5 okay, or is that a little bit too long?
For me, because I run into time management stuff all the time, 5 hours is okay sometimes, and not okay other times. On school breaks or at the beginning of the quarter, 5 hours is probably okay. But especially when I'm signed up for a 4-hour mission and it's on 5 hours. It's
Right.
usually difficulty with either scheduling or my family or something like that.
Oh yeah. So what I'm talking
So,
about now
yeah.
is assuming that we actually post 5 hours. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I guess I'm saying that I'm totally okay with there being 5-hour missions.
I mean, in my opinion, usually when I sign up for a game, I usually try to make sure that I'm good for that day. So I would like to just play more. So I
Okay.
think I would appreciate like extended missions because
Yeah.
I enjoy Shadow the Broker. I have a couple other games, but Shadow the Broker is probably my favorite, and I want more Shadow the Broker.
Awesome. Probably. No.
Okay, I do
It's
want more Shadow the Broker.
Yeah, I mean, going off what he said, I have a couple of the games, even one that I run. But I mean, your guys' games are so much like I'm only an okay GM, but like you guys have really good GMs, and like
Yeah.
everything about Shadow the Broker is just so well done and so well put together from like just the music to the story to the GMs doing the characters and the how good they are at going off of what people want to do. Like it's just really the more time I can I can play with you guys is just good with me.
Awesome. Thank you for saying that. I really do appreciate that.
I'm hoping Fantasy Flight finds you guys and like sponsors you or something.
Well, you can always
There's-
mention us on Reddit when people are talking about, um, series on YouTube to watch and whatnot for this. So,
If I spent any amount of time on Reddit, I probably would. The only time I go there now is because of Shadow the Broker.
yeah. Yeah, Reddit can be kind of a time sink there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah.
think
Oh, go ahead.
in terms of 4, 3, 5. I think 4 is I think my preferred length. The occasional 5 when it really needs to be 5, like when there's really 5 hours of like stuff to do and like story to explore.
When it's like a season finale type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. I feel like 5 is good for like the big ones, but otherwise we should probably 3 or 4 is probably the
Right.
best.
Use
Okay.
5 when you need 5, not don't use 5 because it's there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll jot that down actually. So,
Yeah, I agree. I mean, 5-hour missions I would enjoy to do because I have the time to do it. But as this people said, I mean, that's really dependent on the GM if they're able to set up a 5-hour time slot for that for themselves.
all right, cool. So, another thing I want to talk about is, well, actually, before we move on, is anyone else want to add anything about mission length, or are we all good?
I'm a marathon gamer myself, so to be honest, as long as I just keep track of what time I'm playing at, I really don't care how long it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you should, if you haven't already, you should sign up for the Mask of the Pirate Queen marathon because that'll be 9 hours. So,
But there's so many people signed up for it.
but I'm telling you, I bet you there are going to be so many
Yeah,
people
we'll
that have to drop out because.
Yeah, we'll see how many people are actually in there for the long haul.
Yeah.
I
And-
hope so.
And if nothing else, there's the cards that we'll be bringing up later, so you'll be
Yeah.
able to get in on that in a way.
Mhm. Yep. All right. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is stealth and attacking. So I want to make sure that we're consistent both for the GM and the players, and I wanted to see where you guys stood on this because stealth fields in this game, it's kind of different because from regular RPGs in that for those it's almost always as soon as you attack it brings you out of stealth. There's nothing really in the story that points to that. Like people could probably stay in stealth and attack. So I just want to see where you guys are at about that because we do have both PCs and NPCs that have been using stealth fields and attacking. So what is your preference?
This actually came up again yesterday in the last part with Brandon and I, where Crystal was grappling Var.
I actually have a pretty big opinion on that because it looks like from what I've read about the invisibility fields and some of the games that they want them to kind of be like a really low key type thing, that like they're not an overpowering thing, and things that I've seen from other bits of like lore games or anything like that, like Knights of the Old Republic. When you attack, you break stealth. Things like greater invisibility is essentially what this comes down to. Like Brandon said, is invisibility versus greater invisibility, and greater invisibility is a pretty OP thing without much to carry on them with. And I notice you guys absolutely love putting invisibility fields on Trandoshans, and those are cold blooded. So I don't know, like thermal imaging doesn't seem like it would work on them. I think it
Um,
should. I think it should be like
that's
an
what
attack and
I feel
broken.
about that. Just the way cold blooded reptiles work is they tend to sun themselves, so they can up their core temperature. So it kind of would work. Thermal imaging would see through visibility fields, and especially for those who are trained in to read the infrared, they might actually detect the lower body heat of the Trandoshans as opposed to the environment.
Yeah, part of the thing with the Trandoshans specifically, and I almost gave up a big spoiler there. Um, they're a very specific group of Trandoshans, and they're supposed to be that dangerous, and so that's why they've been popping up like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to focus too much on the Trandoshans. I wanted to
right.
sort of see the still field, but I personally think that like the way they wanted it to work was that they wanted it to not be as powerful. Like they're supposed to be hard to get. It's supposed to sound like they're sort of unreliable. It doesn't sound like something that it would you use, and while it's working, you're basically an invisible, do whatever you want kind of god. And just from seeing how stealth fields work in the universe and other, sort of mediums like Knights of the Old Republic, it was you attack and it
Oh
breaks.
yeah, exactly. And that's actually
Yeah.
how we have been doing it though. When the Trandoshans have attacked, they've pretty much come out of stealth or we've allowed people to target them. So,
It
um,
just seems a little bit more fair because, like, I don't know how the science works behind it, but I just think it should
right.
definitely be
Yeah,
broken.
and
Kind of
I'm totally on board with that. So as long as you guys are cool with that, then you know, I'm fine with it breaking stealth or making people
Yeah.
noticeable once they attack.
Most stealth generators, just because of the way the technology works, it only really holds up if you're not moving all that fast. So while you're kind of slinking around invisible, it's harder to see you. But once you start moving, like when a Trandoshan breaks to attack, that they generally move so fast, or you kind of orient to where there it is, so you can actually tell where the stealth field is, and it kind of breaks stealth anyway.
Well, one thing though that has come up is where, and I'm totally fine with it. Still being consistent is when you have a sniper who's using a stealth field, and if they use
I
it,
was just thinking that.
then part of me thinks that sure, maybe that does break stealth, but at the same time, if they're in a pretty good hidden spot, like any sniper, even without a stealth field, I think that you probably would need some sort of perception or vigilance check to key in on them. So this
Oh
is
yeah.
kind of separate from even stealth fields. I think that a hidden sniper should be kind of hard to locate, especially because a lot of snipers use the slow firing rifle, so there is a balance already on that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like,
that is something I also agree on, and something else we could think of. If, like, say the person who does the sniping gets enough advantage, they could say that the people could not tell where the shot was from, and they have to make perception checks. But if they generate too much threat, then their position is revealed on the field of combat.
Right. One thing, I think Brandon was saying something.
yeah, I mean, so in Saber's Edge 1, I had a sniper situation, and so the way I built that is that I scaled the perception checks to identify where the sniper is with the distance, and so starting off at extreme is daunting, move into long, it became a hard perception check, and then, I mean, you can always throw setbacks onto that additionally if they're in high grass or something like that.
Mhm.
So
All right.
you can play with that pretty easily.
Mhm.
Something I'd like to see is that as I agree that there's no real story reason for stealth to be just for the stealth field to just dissipate. And what I'd like to see, I think, is that off attacks, off of snipers, whether they're in the stealth field or not, people start getting free perception checks. And as they continue firing without moving, you start getting either decreased difficulty or boosts.
Okay.
I agree with Brandon's range thing. I think that makes a lot of sense too.
Right.
And then if they do move, then they have to make another stealth check for the movement.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I mean, it definitely makes sense for especially snipers or another some other range characters to still gain benefit from the stealth thing. But could you imagine this, like a melee character like Rock or even Savak being able to maintain a stealth field and then get into melee range
Hmm.
and then having it still active? Like
Right.
that just seems like way too strong. In my and
Just a few
in
things
my
though. Yeah,
yeah.
is the person who's probably the chief user of the stealth field among the group at the moment. I definitely agree. Should break when you attack, and also about the field itself, about just the way it works mechanically. The features are that you cannot be seen visually, and the check is to locate someone using other means. So by like seeing things around them, maybe, or hearing them, or smelling them, or whatever. That's always a formidable. So that's just like the thing. That's just part of the way it works. Where detecting someone using other means is always a formidable check,
Right.
whereas you cannot see them visually. So the way I usually think of using it personally is like using it as just kind of an insurance against people seeing you from a long distance. So like if I usually use it for Gristle, like if I want to check a door and make sure that like no one sees me look at the door or whatever, or look through the door,
Hmm.
that's just what I would use it for.
Right.
Um, and as far as the sniper thing goes, I agree with Kale in that just thinking about the past encounters we've done with snipers, making the check to locate them, like take an action or whatever, is just completely not fun at all. It's pretty countered. It's just not very interesting. It makes it very very not fun. So I think the free checks is fine. If they shoot, there's definitely always going to be indicators unless they have certain modifications that lessen that somehow,
Hmm.
which there are some, but they usually lower the damage of weapons and things like that.
Okay.
But pretty
I
much
would
always,
think that it would be one of these things where just getting a freebie to locate them, I would say would probably need to have some setbacks, but if someone took a maneuver to really concentrate on finding where they are, that would switch things into boost territory. Because I think,
You mean
especially in the heat of battle, as things are going.
incidental between action?
I kind of like that idea because then that gives you the option to really be able to find them if it's kind of bad and you need to find them, and it also prevents the you have to take an action every turn to
Mhm.
find them from that kind of boredom.
Okay.
Well,
Uh,
and my thought is mainly that the boost or lower difficulty should occur with once you're on like the second shot and the third shot and the fourth shot.
Okay. So yeah, let's have it so that you can have some incidentals to check, and that get easier if someone's just staying stationary. But an option to also use maneuver to. I mean, it'll almost be like you're aiming. You can use a maneuver to give yourself a boost or two, and we can let the GMs play with that just in terms of how the situation is. But okay, cool. Looks like we've got that one squared away. Um, Another thing I wanted to talk about is we've had a couple of times when people have switched places in the roster between two sessions, and I have gotten some complaints about that. And I have to agree that, and I know that people aren't doing it maliciously or trying to lock people out, but I think that we shouldn't be doing that because if you've got a space on one and then someone else has a space in another, you shouldn't be able to just switch directly between the two because that if you have to switch a day, my feeling is that you need to switch to the day just like anyone else and then say yes, and then you're placed in the queue at the point when you switched over.
I
I thought
think that
that's
makes
just how it
sense.
worked.
No, well, we've had a couple of times, and I didn't say anything, but we've had at least two occasions where two people switched directly between missions. And I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just saying that, and I didn't say anything because I could understand why people did that, but the fact that I did get complaints about that is why I'm bringing it up so that as a group, we're on the same page about that. I mean, if you guys think that people should be able to switch places, let me know. But I think overall, in terms of fairness, if you have to switch to another day, you shouldn't find someone in another team to switch with. You need to just switch over and say yes and then be placed in the queue.
I think maybe there should be like a cutoff or something. Like what I guess a good example right now would be on the one that's being posted right now. I'm on the edge of knowing whether I'm going to be in the queue or not, and but I've also got myself as a maybe for that Sunday. I think maybe like once the uh, list is posted of who's in, maybe that should be kind of like the cutoff of where you're going to be, or something pops up, then I guess we should go with what you said and do the going on the wait list if that's what you have to do.
Sorry, I don't think I quite understand what you're going for in terms of a cutoff.
Like just saying, like at the very least, you can't just jump in the day of and be like, oh, well, I'm here now. You should have like to have a couple days beforehand of finding out whether you're going to be able to just like switch right over to
I
it.
see what you mean. Well, I think that pretty much everyone's already been doing that, and that I asked people, all right, you need to tell me which, you need to say which session is your preference. And I think overall people should do that anyway, because if you're definite about one session, then you should be placing yourself as a maybe for another. And this actually is going to go over into another topic I wanted to talk about. Are we all cool about the switching places in the roster and not doing it?
Yeah.
All right. And like I said, it's not a huge deal. It's just that I hope you guys can understand that for people who are, on the wait list, that having people just switch like that, it's discouraging. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, related to that, if you have any doubt whether you can attend a session, please choose maybe. And we had a situation last week or the week before where a player thought that he couldn't play and didn't show up, even though the list did move, because we had 4 no-shows. And so that's primarily that player's responsibility, and he takes responsibility for that. But the other side of the issue though, is that if people are posting stuff and inflating the roster, it does discourage people sometimes from checking so much on the event, because they kind of think, I'm not going to be able to play no matter what. So I do want people to really think about that and make sure that if you're signing up, just say maybe right from the get-go, so that people who are definites can go in and get those slots. And I heard a chat comment.
I was just mostly throwing out there that it happened to me once. I
Okay.
didn't think it was too
Yeah, but
important
then
to vocalize.
the other side of things though is that if you are someone on the wait list, keep checking back, because I do update that stuff, and the other GMs, we do update those. So the night before, take a look, because there's so many times, especially with our campaign, that things come up for people, and I think pretty much every game that we play, at least one person drops out, if not 2. So if you're on the wait list, keep checking. All right, so done with that issue, and let's see here. So one of the things is that we've got a lot of people who are new that are interested in being members, and so one of the things that I want to be really clear on is that most new members need to have played with us for several months. And so for people that are newer members, we're probably not going to really talk seriously about you being members until the next chill session. Another thing is that I want to be able to have a conversation with all of our members candidly about potential new members, and I feel that that's not really possible if we're doing that while the people that we're discussing are there. And so what I'm going to do actually is we're going to have a closed chat, and it may not even be like real time. We may just do it on like a Google Sheets or something like that. But I really do want to make sure that the members understand that members are my priority, and that I want you guys all to be very candid, very honest about your opinions, because even though I haven't had any issues with our new guests, people don't always mesh, and that is really important to me. And it's nothing personal about anyone. It's just that sometimes some people just don't mesh well. And so I really want to make sure as we move forward, because this campaign has been together for so long, that we continue to do so and we continue to build and preserve a group that gets along. So yeah, so I don't want any of the newer people to think, oh, why am I not a member yet? It's just that I need to talk with all the members first, and we're going to be very we want to make sure that everyone's the right fit. And yeah, so and I'll get together with the members later to talk about that. So we're not going to make any decisions about members right at this chill session. We did that at the last chill session, and I just feel that it's probably best to do that outside of the chill session.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. As a, obviously, I don't think I'm really up for serious consideration this time around because I've only been around for like a month. But I mean, that definitely makes sense. You know.
All right, cool. And glad you understand. And of course, anyone who is interested in being a member, definitely send me a PM on Reddit or an email and just, talk about, why you want to be a member and so we can just start a conversation so that I know where you're at. And I know that not all guests want to be members. And it's not even that they've had problems with our campaign, it's that a lot of guests have gone on to do their own campaigns, or the schedule doesn't work for them, or they just want to keep the guest slot, because sometimes a guest slot may not seem that great, but then sometimes it's good because you do get that one reserved spot that if a bunch of members sign up, you get in. So, yeah. Anyone else want to mention anything before I move on?
I mean, I just say that don't if you're not a member at the moment, don't get caught up in thinking that not being a member means anything. As a guest, your role in anything isn't diminished at all. You're still a part of everything, obviously, and being a member is really just kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of like the next. It's just like a step up. It just means you play consistently. It doesn't really mean anything else. There's no commitment to it, so it's just kind of the same as what you're already doing, just after a long time.
Yeah, I might not be considered a member in title yet, but I mean, I still feel like I'm part of the whole group.
All right, good. All right, so another thing I wanted to talk about, and this can be really quick because Taylor wasn't able to make it here today, but one thing he wanted to ask you guys is, for Godum, he wanted to talk about having a way to give Godum some XP so that Godum could progress as well. Nothing too major, and so one of the things he thought was whenever he gets GM XP or MERP XP or things like that, like those very small XP amounts, to actually start diverting that XP to Godum, for Godum to actually work on some skills. And before we even went too far with that idea, he wanted to see what you guys thought about that.
I would say kind of take a page from the way Nemesis XP works. If he's gonna just do it in kind of small increments, they have a thing where basically they can buy skills at the rate that anyone would, and they can buy any single talent for 40 XP.
Okay.
I think if he wants to do that sort of thing, using his own XP on that, I think using that model would be fine.
Oh, you mean actually using his own XP?
Well, I mean, if he wants to use certain parts of it, I think using his own XP would probably be a little bit much. But maybe if he bought every skill as a non-career skill or something, and still had the 40 XP per talent thing, maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure who Gotum is, and I'm sure that probably applies to a couple other people. So I guess we get.
You are not going to be a member, man. No, it's Taylor plays a character named Chim Chim. He's an Ewok Beast Rider, and
them.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew Chim Chim. I did not. Oh, Gotum, right?
Godum is Rix. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I do know him.
Oh, good save, David.
I remember because he actually saved me when R2 got shot by the stormtroopers in his first mission.
Mm.
So yeah, I do remember that guy. It's just I've only met him once. I don't think I've ever played with him any other time.
All right, yeah. So I will look back over those rules and I'll chat with Taylor about that. But he just wanted to see if you guys were open to Godam actually progressing a little bit too. So,
Yeah,
all right.
I'm okay with it. And I not o- for me, it would be okay if not only did he want to use like GMXP or MERP MVPXP, if he wanted to use a certain percentage, like some capped percentage of Chim Chim's regular XP,
Uh-huh.
I would be okay with that as well.
Okay. Yeah, because I think that it's already self-balancing in that he's taking XP that he would earn for himself and shunting it over to Godam. So it's still the same amount of XP split between two entities.
Yeah, I think I would cap it.
At like 25% maybe?
Yeah. So if we play a mission, he gets 25 of that could be used on Godam. I think that's reasonable.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it should probably try and like take a page from like Pathfinder D&D, because even like the druids and rangers in there, they have like a progression for their animal companions.
Uh-huh.
And there's no real like levels in here to keep it like a 1-for-1 sort of thing, but I think like the 25% of the same XP, not like it would be a real sink for like Taylor Chim Chim to have to take all of his XP and keep putting it towards two characters. So I think like Godam should get like his own reduced XP.
Okay, cool. So let's see here. Another thing that I want to talk about, and don't worry, we are going to get to the cards pretty quickly. So let's see. Yes. So I'm totally open with alts, and I think that it's great when people want to create alts. However, stacking credits with your alts, that's not okay. And partly it's because I don't think that that's good RP, and I think that it's and I know that people aren't. I don't think people really think about it when they do it, but it's just every alt that you make is an independent character unless you've made it RP wise that they're members of the same family or something, then that would be slightly different, but I don't think we have anyone that's actually done that. So treat all of your alts as separate entities, and when it comes to credits, don't just move credits back and forth. And
I did have another question that I wanted to bring up with that. I don't intend to do this, but the idea passed through my head because R2 has like a streetwise and negotiation skill of like 1 grain.
Mhm.
Like you could sell him ice water and he doesn't even need it. And I was just thinking, like, what if I created like a trader, entrepreneur, quartermaster type character that just was so great at all the deal things, and then I just used him to make my roll streetwise and negotiation rolls for all my other characters. Just made him to be that guy that everyone goes to buy things.
So, but this is the thing: you should be looking to the characters that can already do that in the
Right,
campaign.
right.
So
That's what I ended up doing.
Yeah.
It's just I was just wondering if there's like any sort of stigma on just having like a shopkeep character that you make yourself.
Well, so yeah, there is a bit of stigma to it, and it's specifically that, and this is kind of the whole thing with just alts in general. Before you make an alt, you really should be thinking about if the niche that you're going for that alt is already covered by a character in the campaign, because I think that one of the best things about the campaign outside of games itself, it's interactions between characters outside of games. And so for negotiation, we have Zevo, and Zevo is great for streetwise.
Zevo's the one who came out of nowhere and was like, yeah, sure, R2, I'll buy you these things.
And then when it comes to streetwise, we have Tordy and Rogesh who are available for those. And so, and so just in terms of making alts in general, take a look at the characters that are already around and ask if someone already has a character that's doing something, because I think that as we get more members, if you're making lots of alts, it can be kind of tough when someone has a main character of theirs that all of a sudden gets supplanted by somebody's alt that is doing something almost exactly the same.
Okay, well, yeah, I like that idea. I'm personally just a person who enjoys making characters, so I just started playing this game like a couple months ago, and I've already probably got like a dozen ideas, and I haven't put many of them into motion, but it is good to know that I can have At least an alt or two that I might actually decide to stick with, because I'll make like 20 characters and only probably play 2 of them.
Yeah, one thing also to keep in mind, though, especially with such a large group, is that the more alts you make, the more risk there is for none of your characters to have to build a rapport with other characters in the campaign and to really stand out in the campaign. And that that becomes more apparent as, each new alt that you make runs that risk of taking away focus from your main character. And that isn't to say that people can't have alts that are really prominent, because we've got, and I hope you guys don't mind me using you guys as examples, but for instance, we've got James with Jokin and Zevo, and both of those characters, they don't feel like, I don't feel like either one is an alt. It feels like two mains. Same thing with Shrebeka, played by Brandon and Saber. And yeah, so it's totally possible. But I think that once you start getting into 3, 4, whatever territory, you really should try to concentrate on making each of those characters very distinct and having those characters really make connections with the rest of the crew. And I think that concentrating on fewer characters is better overall.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of sidebar on that a little bit, because I know that you're always asking for people to help out with Shadow of the Broker and whatnot, but I don't have much in the way to contribute to like writing stories or running games, because I don't have the head for it. But something I do really love is making characters. So if you have NPCs or even villains you want designed, I specialize in villains. If
Okay.
you want me to design characters, I will do it all day for you.
All right, cool. So, anyone else want to add anything else to alts and credits and all that good stuff? Oh, by the way, so if you have money problems, one thing that you can do is talk to Zevo, because Zevo is pretty much the most monetary minded of the agents and has kind of become the de facto loan agent. So there is a fee for it, but he is available for loans. And
Yeah, I guess
Mhm.
quartermaster. Does he have the quartermaster spec, or is it
No, I
just
split
trader?
between doing quartermaster or trader earlier, and I went trader.
Okay.
And since then, I also did entrepreneur. So it's
Yeah, I think that probably makes more sense RP wise, since quartermaster is under the uh, uh,
dual diplomat, which Zevo actually started as a diplomat.
oh, okay.
I guess that quashes my idea that I was going to have, because I wanted to have like a colonist who started as like, I think it's entrepreneur, and then like a friend, then goes like fringe or trader, and then like quartermaster and just be the buy guy.
We went the opposite way, basically. Yeah. He did. Yeah. Agitator, trader, advocate, entrepreneur. And it sounds like you wanted to go entrepreneur, trader, quartermaster. So yeah.
All right, so another thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll be really quick with this one because I am checking time, but when it comes to, and this is for mostly GMs, but I want to make sure everyone's on the same page when we're GMing this. Morality, and this doesn't come up too often because we don't have too many force sensitives, but there are no bonuses to morality at the end. The best you can hope for is just to do zero conflict. And partly it's because the way that the system is constructed, that you get 1d10 at the end of an adventure, no matter what. So as long as you stay at zero conflict, you are going up. We had a situation, and it's not a big deal because I actually missed this myself, but bonuses were actually given to someone for basically staying at zero conflict, which inflated the number that occurred. So I just want to point out that rules as written, that doesn't happen. So if you're GMing with someone who is force sensitive, just remember that zero conflict, that's the best you can get. And from there, I want to bring up that we do have a wiki page. It's shadowthebroker.wikia.com. And so if you're wanting to learn more about the campaign, there are a lot of missions that have mission summaries there. Most of them written by Ben, actually, so thank you so much, Ben, for doing so many of those mission reports. But you can actually get wiki points. So every wiki page that you write, you actually get 1 XP. And so You know, there are times when I've had, oh, I just need one more point. You know, I'm at 29 XP and I just need 30. So I just go in, boop, do a wiki page, and then there's your point. And all I ask is that if you do that, to make sure that when you add that point to the mission log, you put in a note where that extra XP came from, and you just say wiki point from, and then you list the entry that you created. And it really does help for people to put in wiki pages, you know, your character. Um, there are plenty of wiki pages that haven't been done for the most recent episodes because I just haven't had time. So that's just free points just sitting there. And all you have to do is just look at the format for the previous missions, copy those over, and then create a new page for the next mission.
For keeping track, if you do a lot of them, it might be easier to have, +7 wiki points on the agent dossier, and then just keep a spreadsheet or a notepad or something in your personal folder that notes what wiki pages you've done. And
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I do that with Ragesh so that I've got a separate thing right in my character folio. So just like that. So thank you for bringing that up.
Maybe put something on like the agent dossier, just one more tab for like people to make a note, like when they put XP in there, maybe.
Oh, we've got so many tabs that it's better that just keep your own in your character folio and then put a note when you're adding XP on the main mission log.
Okay, I always wasn't sure if you was wanting to be able to keep track of that in case you wanted to like do an audit.
Well, that's why you would make your own spreadsheet in your own folder that tracked which ones.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Another thing I want to bring up really quickly is the Codebreaker talent, and we've had a lot of back and forth about this, but just when it comes to Codebreaker, the title of it and the description of it, this is something that is applied to breaking codes, breaking encryptions. It's something that's used for.
It's for deciphering something,
exactly,
not for breaking into something.
Exactly, and so that's why it's been used. So in other words, it's a very specific thing. So more often than not, no, you can't use it. However, if something needs to be deciphered, then yes, bring up Codebreaker. But
software code versus hardware. Hardware.
Well, I mean, the most recent use of Codebreaker, I think, was yesterday by R2 when I had the interesting idea, because R2 doesn't contribute much to combat, and I wanted to try something different using his computer skill, and I wanted to see if I could, like, slice into, like, Imperial shortwave radios or something and create, like, a feedback. It wasn't, like, devastating or anything. It gave him, like, a setback. But I was just wondering, like, you start talking about encryptions, and most things, like communications, are encrypted. I brought up Codebreaker. It was no, and I was fine with that. I usually just ask randomly to see if it's applied, but I think there should be some kind of thing where
it's
you
more
figure
about.
out,
So sorry, I shouldn't have said encryption. Rule of thumb: if you're deciphering something, then you can use it.
So, like when trying to break like ciphers.
Yes.
I would have said that would have been a 2-check. The code breaker would have applied to breaking into the encryption, so you're into the network in the first place, but it would not do anything for the second check, which would be to create the feedback.
The only problem that I have with that is, and other GMs can play it by ear, but it's a very specific and very powerful talent. And
yes, it is.
So I do want to limit it to deciphering things because there are other talents already that can be applied to just slicing in general. So yeah, for this one, I want to keep it very specific.
And I usually still think there's no harm in at least bringing it up. And if somebody gets shot down by the GM, then they should just kind of accept the GM ruling.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So if everyone can go to the SotB hero card, gosh, I'm blanking out. You guys know what I'm talking about, the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I just posted it. I think James posted it earlier too.
Yeah, but that's like 30 minutes ago at this point. Thanks for putting it up again.
And so I want to go through these just kind of one by one, and we'll make comments on them, on just suggestions for changes and whatnot. All right, so first up, sorry, my computer is going very slowly here. Okay, this is really odd.
What? Can you not see it?
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it was just taking
Okay.
forever to load. All right, so we've got Aiden San, so Fringer Pilot, and let's see here. I'm fine with the entrance ability, the passive ability. Yeah, that sounds fine. I think the active is fine. The only problem, though, is that the exit abilities, someone else had mentioned this, that we need to be very careful about exit abilities that remove things from the field. And my thought on that is, sure, they can be possible, but I think that they need to be very focused in terms of the minion types or the situation. And
Yeah, that and I feel like as an exit ability, this one is way too niche and may just end up not either not being used or be kind of awkward in a situation where there's no space combat. It's like,
Right.
how does Aiden leave? Does he just leave and go, oh, I can't use my exit ability, I guess I just leave?
Sorry to interrupt. Could I get the link that you guys are at
Yeah.
right now? Because I just had to jump back in and I don't see it. Thank you.
See, I think switching it to something a little more general, but still powerful in a different way would be good.
okay. Actually, yeah, add that as a comment. So everyone feel free to add comments to that.
Maybe I'll just keep mine being kind of our thoughts. Like I'll just say like chill session feedback, and then just kind of put in what we think.
Yeah.
Maybe our consensus. So
And we're all looking at Aiden, yeah?
Yeah. Specifically the exit ability. I think the rest of his abilities are great.
I agree. So far as Ben's issue with exit abilities not being able to be used, if someone wants to have a niche ability that just doesn't work in a lot of situations, like not a starfighter situation, I'm okay with that. If you want your abilities to, if you are, because everybody would be self-limiting their character's abilities, so I'm very comfortable with that.
Okay.
What I'd like to see with anything that removes after further reflection, what I'd like to see is anything that removes things from the field should A, say that it's at the GM's discretion, and B, provide an alternative to a GM that doesn't want to remove things from the field.
And I think it should be character relevant too. I mean, there's certain characters can do that. Not everybody can do that. So
Just in terms of saving space on text, though, we should just say across the board, all of these are at GM discretion.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
it should just be understood that if for exit abilities that take people out, that we should have some sort of alternative. Because I just know that for a lot of these, when people actually try to put them on their cards, there's no space. So yeah.
As far as the thing though, I feel like it is okay to have niche abilities, but I think the place for it is generally in the active. I feel like the entrance and exit should be like clear, defined things, or like they should be a little more poignant. Like that's kind of thing. The idea behind the entrance and exits is that we want very clear points that's very noticeable for the players when the assists enter and then leave. And then if you have a situation where someone leaves but they just don't do anything, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I guess.
Well, I think also too that that's when people they save those cards and they choose them when the situation calls for it.
Oh yeah, well then I guess that also brings up another thing of how we want to handle them. In that, do we want to leave it up to the players to like is exiting spending the card, or is it like when the person who's representing that character like has to go?
I would say that it's either. It depends on the situation.
Because I feel like it's weird if you're a person like in the marathon and you come in and you're like, hey guys, I'm here, let's play my card. Entrance, okay, I'm going to stick around for this amount of time. But then at some point the character's like, we need to use the exit ability, go away. And you're like,
No,
oh,
it's
okay.
not. It's not about them going away. But remember, as it stands right now, there are only going to be 2 cards in play. We may have 4 spectators, and so once the card is used, that's okay. They can
yeah, but
stick
it's like-
around, and then someone else's card can be played.
But it's also in a situation like where maybe someone comes in and then their exit ability is immediately useful or something, or like people say, wait, I still wanted to stay and like do my little assist stuff. I want to do my RP or whatever. And people are like, well, we need your exit ability. I'm sorry.
Well, I think that's one of those things that's just a part of, having the cards. I mean, that's no one's ever going to be happy when it comes to, like I said, we may have four, five, six spectators, and I think that people should be fine as a player or as a spectator. You should be fine with letting the party use your card as needed because the focus is still on the players, and so as they should have the final call on in terms of when your card is in play or not. It doesn't mean that you need to go away as a spectator. It's just that that opens up for other spectators to take part as well. So I think that there should be a flow of these cards.
Yeah, definitely. But I would have to say though, if it is going to be like you're permanently spent, like your card's not going to come back, then maybe the exit ability should be just a little bit more spectacular. As your final farewell. Like something memorable at the very least.
And this is one of those things that we'll have to see how it is in action too. So
Because like an exit ability for like what it is it that I even came up with R2. It's like you completely repair a mechanical object up to Silo 2. It's like, wow, that's really cool. You fixed the speeder bike. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, but I also feel like I don't want to make it. I don't feel like it should be too gamey, where people are like looking at the cards as purely like powers. They should just be like a representation of that character being there and assisting. It shouldn't be like.
well, yeah, and that's the solution right there. So have people think about the cards as more than just the mechanical benefit of the card. And
Yeah,
it
but then
also, how the cards are used will probably also depend on just how many spectators are around. What if there's one person whose card has been in play forever, and other people are kind of like, hey, I want my card to be in there. I want to be involved. That all depends on the actual situation at hand. So I think it's really hard for us to even.
Well, that situation could be made by people being like, like if there are two cards in play and other people want to come in, and the players are like, no, you can't, because we need to save this exit ability. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
but I mean, I guess that also comes as how many active cards are you going to allow?
Two.
Are people
It's two.
Two?
Yeah.
Okay, so two. Okay.
There are some meta cards like Rensi Tosh that allows three cards in play for just an encounter, though. But yeah.
Okay. Also, I did want to just bring up real quick. Was I supposed to have entered in my information on this little thing? Because I didn't
Yes.
hear anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that while we're talking.
So,
Yeah, I just feel like the active should be the big thing. The exit shouldn't be like you spend it and then something super awesome happens. I think it should just be a really positive side effect of that character, having to split off and go somewhere else.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little too over prideful with R2, but I feel like he could do something a little more spectacular as his final farewell than just sort of fix something and then disappear. Like
Well, I mean, everyone could do something more spectacular, but I think we have kind of a philosophical limit we're placing upon it.
I suppose, yeah. I mean, I'm fine with my card the way it is. I feel like these are other things that might come up with other people as well. I don't really want to change my card, and it'll be good, but I feel like these are issues that might come up.
well, yeah, but also too, we have to remember though that the focus has to stay on the party and the players, and that these cards.
That is true. They
Yeah.
are supposed to be like the main characters, like
Exactly.
center stage.
And so these are just a way so that people can add some RP and be a part of it and add a mechanical benefit without overshadowing the main team.
Yeah, I guess my general philosophy with the exits, I think, is pretty much perfectly exemplified in Gristle and Regesh's ones, where they do, like, the exit ability is them leaving, but it's them leaving to do something in a way that they're kind of still active in the background, in a way, where they're doing something, and it's very generally useful. It's not something that's like, they do something right now and then they're gone. Goodbye. It's
Right.
that they're going to do something that will still help you, at least in a small way.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that maybe this is one of those things where, because yeah, we're gonna have a lot of cards, and we actually have not so much time with the chill session. So I think that maybe what we should do is, Ben, that was a very good point. So maybe add that to the Reddit thread for people to
Yeah,
think about.
maybe. Do you think we should kind of have like an approval process where we have like people who have to like go across the cards and then kind of balance approve them?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. I've kind of been doing that just on my own, just kind of telling people like, hey, we need to talk about this. But yeah, there should be an approval process, and yeah. So what I'll be doing from now until Mask of the Pirate Queen is that I do want to have everyone's cards available, but for one thing, people need to make their cards. So there is a tutorial on how to make them in Google Slides. If you've got Photoshop, feel free to use the Photoshop template that was included in that folder. And because I'm too busy doing a lot of other things, so I can't make your card for you. So if you want to have your card available for Mask of the Pirate Queen, you've got to get me your card like as soon as possible. So yeah. And that way too, when people submit their cards to me, I can go through and you know do some approving. And what I'll also do is I'll also contact co-GMs to look over the cards as well. But yeah, so I guess we'll have to save this stuff for later, but I will be going through these cards um, and just try to make sure that your card matches. As you make your card, make sure to put this in the spreadsheet so it's easy to look at all the cards all together and just keep them updated. But yeah, so just PM me or send me an email when you guys have created your card, the actual card image.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to like take over any kind of process or kind of like hijack the design philosophy behind this, but I think I might maybe, I mean, in line with what you asked, making a post about that point, like make kind of a small outline of what we're thinking of in general for the concept of each ability and what they're used for. So like just saying that passive should be a small passive benefit, usually an upgrade, etc., etc.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so people have an idea when they make theirs. They're like, I have no idea what to do. I can just kind of give them a little guideline of this is generally what you should be thinking of for each ability.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so with that, we are going to go into more of the fun stuff here. And so we're going to do a trivia session. So we always do a trivia session where it's all the adventures that have been, all the adventures that we've had since the last chill session. And so the last chill session was actually right smack dab in the middle of In the Clutches of Compnor. So we start with In the Clutches of Compnor Part 2. So with this, we go by who actually types first from what I can see in the chat. And you'll need to keep track of your own points. So just be cognizant of that. And I want to make sure everyone's ready because I'm about to start these questions. So you guys are in the right window and everything, right?
I might keep track of points just to save everyone time.
Okay.
Which window are we?
I'm usually the trivia power player, and I don't know if I have any top level competition here. So I might.
Oh, that's right. Jack's not here right now.
Yeah, the grudge match is not happening.
Yeah. So oh, just be in the Roll20 chat. That's where I'll be viewing. So.
Yeah, and it's important to keep the chat clear while we're doing this. So
yes.
Yeah.
And also too, I came up with all these questions myself. So if you're a GM in the mission, you still get to answer, and it's kind of a side benefit for people who've jammed a lot because you're going to know a lot of the stuff that comes up. So with that, here we go. In the Clutches of Compnor Part 2, who was sentenced to death by Rogesh? Yep, Joking got it. Oh gosh, wow, that was some quick typing there. Yeah, Ben got it actually.
Oh, Ben shows up for you first?
Yeah, he does.
I've got it on my screen.
All right, next up. Who did Rogesh send a message to instead of the rebellion? Yep, Killjoy is right. Erdo got it. Who freed Jeppo Sr. from Killjoy's grasp?
Damn it. I didn't spell right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kill got it.
Actually, no. You show it first for me.
Yeah, but I said Arlo. Well, I knew it was Arlo. I just
Oh,
We all
okay.
knew what you were saying.
All right.
Oh,
So Kale gets it. Nice.
No, no, no. Ben gets that. We all knew what he was saying.
Okay. All right. And who was the final boss for the team not facing Killjoy? Yep, Saber. And for people who are newer characters, Saber is one of our characters, and he was actually a final boss in one of our missions. So yeah, there's some story behind that, but you can check that out on our wiki page. All right, moving on. Takeover at Whisper Base, which was our season. So, In the Clutches of Compnor was our season finale, and for Takeover at Whisper Base was our season opener where we had joined the rebellion. So, who owned Whisper Base prior to the agents taking it over? I need a name, actually.
Oh, a name. Oh,
General. Or, what's
Moff Darno. Yep.
yeah.
Kale got it. Good job. All right. Name the commanding officer of Whisper Base who eluded capture. Lieutenant Seraph. Yep.
Unless capital letter.
Good job, Gristle. Or Ben. All right. So moving on. Operation Shadow Point, which was the sequel to Takeover at Whisper Base. Name the commanding officer of Whisper Base after the Broker's agents delivered it to the rebellion. Whisper Base, actually.
I think Kel got it. Kiskra is hard to type fast.
Okay. Got it. Yep. Kale got it. Good job. Yes, Major Kithskra, who is the Bothan Major, and he's still stationed at Whisper Base. All right, this one is kind of a long question, though, so make sure you got it all. Name the 2 Beast Rider clans who allied with the rebels, as well as the mounts for each.
Oh man, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know the other one's mounts, I think.
Yeah, I need actually both clans and both mounts. Oh,
I have it
man.
written down, but
We may have to go with just the closest. I think Kale got the closest.
You got half of it.
Yeah, let's give it to Kale. So I will type it out. So Klaska, Rupings, yes, he did get, and then it's Dordrell and Dalgos.
Dalgos.
Hard question though, but good job, Kale. Also with Operation Shadow Point, name the former Imperial scout who helped the rebels by sabotaging enemy equipment. Oh wow, yeah. Brandon got it first. Yes, fair.
Combination of his
Oh, actually,
first and last name.
yeah, that's really close. So I'm inclined to give it to him.
He's close.
Yeah, very close. Ferret Sensor. So yeah,
Close.
yeah, we'll give it to Brandon. What air support did the ISIS team procure?
what are they called?
Yes, Skyhoppers. Good job, Ben or James. And final question for Operation Shadow Point: who was discovered to be Chiefess Elsat's daughter? Yes, Savo. Good job, James. All right. Now we go to, and not everyone was in this, but this was a follow-up midweek called Message in Abat El. Where did the message that warned Whisper Base of Moff Darno's attack originate from? No, the actual
Talking a place?
yeah, place, an actual
Place.
place. You guys did discover the place where it came from. The ultimate source.
Ultimate source. I don't know if I'm overthinking this or not. I probably am.
Yes, Brandon got it.
Okay.
Jaren Imperial Armory was actually where you guys got the warning that Moff Darno was going to attack. So we will have a future mission back on Onderon, and that's going to come into play. So yeah. So it's like, what's going on there? Someone warned you guys, but it looks like it was an Imperial that warned you guys of another Imperial's attack. Um, also, a midweek, a follow up midweek. 7 Year Itch. What plant proved to be a persistent foe on Onderon? Yes, Kale got it. Poison itch vine. Kept coming up multiple times. It actually helped you guys quite a lot in the big siege on Whisper Base, where a bunch of traps set by Chim Chim and Packbat got poison itch vine all over the stormtroopers. Um, Also in that adventure, name the Corellian raised Chiss who was forced to marry into the Dorgel clan due to his indiscretions.
Oh man.
I have it written down.
I don't remember. I know. I think
And
I
it's
watched
also
this one.
related to the special ability that he gave to Ninpei. Oh no. Okay. Looks like no one's going to get this one. His name was Juke. And
Oh, that was
Ninpei
written
got Juke
down.
points, the dodge and shoot points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had like the Shen Baku and Fenway Guess with that guy.
Yeah. So, and maybe he'll come up again in the future. Moving on to Prophets Without Borders. Name the faction that exploited the Zygerians after the Imperial bombardment.
Yeah, CSA is probably right.
Yeah, Corporate Sector Authority. So Brandon got it. Brandon the GM. I was like, he better get this. All right. Give the full name of the King of Zygeria.
King Galbron.
I don't know his first name. Oh.
Yep,
Oh,
Brandon
that
got
is
it.
his first name. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alberon Sintel. And so for other players, Alberon is the father of our Saber Sintel. So lots of stuff there. All right, so another midweek follow-up mission, any port in a storm. Name all 5 planets that were considered as a home for the Zygerians unwilling to live under King Alberon's rule. Let's see who gets this one first.
Got 3. You just think of the other one.
Oh, I'm totally stalled on 4.
You got me beat. I'm at 3 too.
Whoa, check it out.
Ooh.
Good job, Kale.
I completely forgot about Core-Fi. Yeah,
How could you forget about Corfi?
it just like it was never a real option.
Oh,
like, there was
Corfi.
no
No,
way.
see, actually, Corfi. If you guys had chosen Corfi, that would have, I would have written a mission about that. There would have been some good stuff with Zygerians on Corfi.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so the world's Jagamir swamp planet Singram 3, which has Wayrite, Socorro, the Black Sand planet Onderon with Whisper Base, and Corfi, the Winter Wonderland. And so also another thing for newer players, Corfi is a world that we keep going back to, and it's been pretty prominent. It's like a winter resort world, and lots of really big things have happened there. So moving on, we've got Friendly Fire, Part 1. Which agent of the broker has suffered multiple instances of the title of this mission? Torty! Yes, Brandon got... Oh no, joking. James got it first. Yeah, Torty is one of... he's a Duros smuggler, and all throughout Torty's time with Shadow the Broker, he has been a victim of Friendly Fire. And so his creator, Eric, created a series called Friendly Fire. All right. What restricted item was Torty procuring for Borga the Hutt? Whalodon meat. Yes. James got it. Good job. Okay, moving on to Grey's Anatomy. And this is a pretty long one, so you need to listen to the whole thing. Name the 3 factions who were against the idea of Zygerians settling on Wayrite in order of most against to least.
That's just oddly specific.
Yep. Well, part of these questions are also to, add some tidbits of knowledge to people who weren't able to participate. So yes, Ben got it. So the Ivakai, the Wookiees, and the Miners.
No, I was
Funny
so
note,
close. I forgot
yeah,
the guy.
the Rock had a rousing speech on Wayrite to have to tell people, yes, we can all get along. Let's have these Nigerians here. And the riot almost erupted, and everybody said no. It was pretty funny. But it worked out, and it turned into a really fun adventure. And Grey's Anatomy was actually originally written for next year, and because the choice of the party to actually bring the Nigerians to Wayrite, I actually changed the mission pretty considerably and ran it then. Also, a question for Grey's Anatomy. Name the two men whose feud was the real cause of the arson.
Oh, I don't remember the second guy's name. Hmm. On the tip of my tongue. Oh, I know it. I know it somewhere. Hmm.
We might just have to go with who got the closest to it, which would be
No,
Kale.
I haven't even put him in. No, I knew it. I know it now.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Oh, yep. So,
I know it was
yeah.
Harkus and something with a DA, and then it was
Yeah.
Dap.
So, Old Man Harkus and Rancher Davin, their feud was the real cause of that, and Rancher Davin actually used the prejudice against the Zygerians to move forward and basically murder a bunch of people, and everyone suspected it was the Ivakai Wookiees and or miners. All right, so next up we've got another midweek follow-up. Black Sand, Black Sun. Name the shrewd businesswoman who welcomes Nigerians who refuse to stay on Wayrite. Shabis Shanar is correct. That goes to Ben. Also in Black Sand, Black Sun, name the Black Sun enforcer who the party forced to retreat. Guri is correct. Ben
Just
got
kidding,
it.
Ben. You
Oh,
didn't
that's
even answer the
great.
question.
I knew. I kinda
I should
figured it
have
might
changed that question up so that
be. Yeah.
But yeah, Guri. So the team has, well, they forced her to retreat, and actually the first time you guys met, you didn't really technically beat her, but she
Hey,
does.
we threw her into the ocean.
Yeah, you guys did. So she does have quite a vendetta against the team. So yeah, and also for newer players, the brokers mercenary network, their biggest enemy is Black Sun, and we'll actually go into that with later adventures on what actually caused that feud. All right. So for Eye of the Storm, what was found on the ribs of the pilot in the asylum? Yeah, actually, Brandon got it. I was going for pictographs, but yeah, eyes. There were eyes. There were symbols. So yeah,
Yeah.
Brandon got. And also in Eye of the Storm, when the agents arrived, how long had the crash landers been there?
I don't remember. Oh, how much they thought they've been there, how long they've really been there.
Well, no, there was actually a time distortion. They really were only there for a few hours.
Yeah.
So Brandon got it. Good job. And moving
I
on.
was under the opinion that like when we had talked to them, it was like we talked to them and they're like, "So what happened?" They're like, "We just got done crashing." I thought it was like a few minutes for them.
Well, yeah, for them. I thought it meant like real time, like they'd been gone for months or something, but I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, that was a bad question. Oh, actually, maybe I did get that wrong. I thought it was a few hours. Was it actually just a few minutes?
That was my understanding, but I mean, time travel, timey-wimey. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Close
tell you
enough.
what, since I'm unclear, let's give it both to David and Brandon. Both get points for that. Take home message, there was crazy time distortion. So, in Shadow the Broker, Drama. Name the rival clans embroiled in a blood feud. Drama and Vermalik. Yes, Ben got it. What were the names given to the huttball teams? Frog dogs and rotworms. Yep, Ben got it again.
I know I said rockworms. Oh,
Oh. Well, close enough. All right. Also in drama, who appeared within sight of the agents for the first time ever in the campaign? The broker. Yes. David got it. So yeah, this campaign has been going for over a year, and in that mission was the very first time that the broker showed up within sight of the agent. So it was a pretty big moment. All right. In Shadow the Broker Letters Home, give the full name of the young ensign who survived a poisoning attempt by Rogesh in Laws of War and was again endangered during this mission. Yeah, close enough. Yeah,
Close.
good job, David. Stettin Paxos. Yep. And just another illustration of all the bad things that Ragesh has actually done throughout this campaign. All right, in Letters Home, name the fine drink that served as a major clue for Holland's murder.
Oh.
No, that was the bottle it was placed in, but it was actually something else. Kind of close, Brenton.
it's hard because one team identified it and one didn't.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys another question, which, yeah, tell you what, let's not count this one since only one team, but both teams got the other part of that, right?
I remember when R2 ended up playing in the way back, he wasn't really focusing on what booze it was. We just found the poison that was in it.
Okay, so yes, name the poison that killed Holland.
Don't have databases for real.
Yeah, there's a very specific name to it, though. If no one else can get it, I'll give it to you, James. All right. Well, it's not exactly hyperdrive coolant, but coolant is close enough. Malastane, the engine.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, the Malastarian fuel, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Ah, I forgot.
Oh, and also back to the original one. So in the bottles of Corellian whiskey, it was actually Chandrillan Blue 439. All right. And almost at the end here. Age of Rebellion rescue at Glare Peak. Name the world the agents were stationed on.
Oh man.
Yeah, looks
I
like
don't even remember exactly.
I don't think I was in that one.
Oh, I see it now. Now that I'm looking at the mission report.
Travar 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Also in Rescue at Glare Peak, name the interrogator the team fled from. Vader. Yep. So yes, in Shadow of the
Wait,
Broker,
you guys have Vader?
Yep. Vader was the interrogator during that mission, and everyone had to scramble, and it was major GTFO time. So,
Do you guys actually have a sheet for him, or is he just one of those dudes that, like, rules are he wins?
rules are he wins, but Eric did actually stat him up. And just as a fun aside, and it's posted, you can look it up on the YouTube playlist, but we did a Chim Chim Dream session where Chim Chim dreams of us actually fighting Vader, and it was a little bit lopsided because it's 6 versus 1, and it took 2.5 hours, but we did beat him partly because Chim Chim had Bring It Down. However, had there been any stormtroopers or any other troops in that fight, we would have lost big time.
So just random question for me. What's his force rating that he put him at?
I think he was force rating 7 or 6.
6 or 7, yeah, I don't remember which one.
Yeah, my character's close.
Force rating plenty.
It took a while with that fight.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. All right, so Onslaught at Ardo 1, Part 1. This is actually for the Underground team. I did split these up. Who died by sacrificing himself to close off the smuggler's entrance to Ardo 1 base? Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it to David, Jeppo Sr. There are 2 Jeppos, but yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay, yeah, I guess. I'm not really part of the Underground team. Does that matter?
No, it's fine. I'm just saying that was the focus because different things happened for different teams.
All right.
Also for the Underground team, give the full name of Jeppo Jr.'s niece.
Oh
shit! Did we even hear this? I'm trying to think.
I thought I remembered someone bringing it up.
Avadri Norse.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Nope, never mind. Not who I was.
Actually, wait. I don't even know if we heard that.
We've heard her name like once.
But yeah, so that was a really big reveal in that Avadri Norse, she is a member of the planetary legislature on Corfi, the world we keep going back to, and she is she is basically a rebellion spy. She pays lip service to the Empire there, but she is a staunch ally of both the Broker and the Rebellion. Her father was killed doing exactly what she's doing, and we just discovered that these 2 very long-running NPCs in SotB are actually related. So yeah, she is related to Jeppo Sr. And all right, and actually, who knows how she's going to react if a certain droid is like, "Hi, I'm your uncle." What? So yeah, we'll see about that later. All right, Onslaught at Arda 1, Part 1, the Aerial team. Name the Imperial ace who caused panic to erupt among the rebels. Tam Blackstar is correct. Ben. Name the agent shot down by Tam Blackstar while helping a member of Vortex Squadron land safely. Yes, Jokin. So
Ben, you must just know these questions.
yeah. Ben and Jack are really the ones to beat when it comes to trivia, but we do have first, second.
They also type fast, though.
Yeah.
The capitalizations, full names, it's unfair.
I think someone, I forget who it was, actually typed out another character's full name before the person himself could even do an abbreviation. It was pretty crazy. All right, so to Onslaught at Arda 1, Part 2. Name the creatures that Satena Hase ordered to have killed.
I meant that to be an S.
All right, so I know what David was saying. So, Azradactyls, yeah.
Yeah, is it that close enough?
The A and the S are near each other.
Right. Name the droid pirate ship that flew to Resolute Base. Yep, Fatal Error is correct. Good job, Adam.
My fingers got all messed up.
All right. Oh, what was that?
So I remember landing that one as well.
Yes. Also, in Onslaught at Arda 1 Part 2, give the name and species of the rebel who is practicing being stealthy.
Oh, I know the species. I don't know the name because I wasn't there.
Yes. Brandon is correct. And Onslaught at Arda 1 Part 3. Give the name and the species of the indigenous resistance movement on Ordwardama. Or, sorry, give the name and the species of the leader of the indigenous movement. Indigenous resistance movement, sorry. Nerflex. It's Narala and Devlik, yeah. So Ben got it. Kyle, I think you were conflating Kefli and Narala together. So Kefli was the small one, the young one. All right, and our final question for today: give the name and organization of Var Nerek's handler. Yeah, Ben got it. Oh, look.
It's not
I.
second. It's I.
I don't know. I just
Good job. Yeah, Malao Jikaos, and he's a member of Imperial Intelligence, II. All right, cool. So that is it for the trivia session. So first, second, and third place
All right.
get...
Scores are.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, the scores are. I did just enough to stay in first, sadly. Second is Brandon. Third is Kale.
All right, good job. So first place gets 3 XP, second place 2, third place 1. And without further ado, and I know that's a little bit late for some people, but who is actually going to stick around for huttball? We're going to do a short game of huttball.
Something I can actually win at.
Sure.
I'll watch, but I don't think R2 would be any good in huttball unless he's going to go hack the stadium again.
I mean, I'm playing as Zevo, so
I don't
Oh,
think
actually-
Hutt play huttball.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I need to let me get your tokens all together. So
How are we gonna do it? Is it us against the same like enemy team?
no,
Or-
it's actually
or
you
is it-
guys against each other. It's a
Okay.
agent versus agent match.
I just imagine now Zevo versus R2, and that's being like the lamest yet most hilarious huttball ever.
you would probably get knocked out.
I probably would, because I mean, R2 has 0 combat skills, but if there's a terminal anywhere, I could probably hack everything in there and turn it against you.
All right, so I'm just going to go down the list. So Jim is going to play, yeah?
Yeah, I'll stick around.
Okay. Oh crap, I forgot that I don't have your token on this map. Give me a second, I'll grab your token from another one. Ben, you are going to be playing who?
I'm gonna play Ducks. No, I'm gonna play. I guess I'll play Gristle.
Okay. All right, so we've got Gristle. Brandon, you'll be playing Shrebeka?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Oh, you
I
might
mean,
as well just give up then.
I am open to you playing Saber. I mean, obviously, you...
Yeah, let's try Saber, see what
Whoa,
happens.
wait! He can just move the ball into the goal.
We're gonna be following.
But he's blind.
Yeah, I'm blind,
Oh,
so
Vi will join in.
I can only sense up to medium. So, and so yeah, we'll see how this works.
And also, he'll be throwing blind to people as well. So,
Yeah.
Saber, you threw it the wrong way. All right, so we've got
No, that's,
Saber.
I'll try with R2. Just
Okay.
for
We've
interesting,
got
yeah.
R2. And you know what? Unfortunately, give me a second. I need to actually use a transmogrifier to pull over tokens from more recently. So, one moment. And actually, so while I'm doing this, if any of you want to take a break, go ahead and take a break. I'm going to stop the recording here, and then we'll start back up. Now we are back, and we are playing huttball. So we've got 2 teams, Rotworms versus Frog Dogs, and we will get started here. So I need initiative checks from everybody.
Oh man. Okay.
I can, I guess, keep track of things.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
just gonna, as an incidental, use unmatched expertise now.
That's totally fine.
Reduce the difficulty of your initiative check.
Oh, why not, right?
Yeah. I have boosts on vigilance checks. Yeah, that's good. And I can remove setbacks. Wow. Okay. That's a thing. I am going
Okay.
to.
This
What?
sounds like crazy because we didn't kind of do team by team.
Yeah.
I can do it. Vi is a rotworm, and she got a 3.1.
Okay, so I have 4 light side to work with. That's pretty good.
Savak. Savak is a frog dog.
Frog dog.
Oh, so some other random rules. To pick up a huttball is a maneuver. To throw it, it's just like a ranged light. It's a ranged light check, so it is an action. And most people can only throw up to 25 feet. However, we do have someone on the battle map who can throw 50 feet, SotB, with strong arm. And he was actually responsible for the final point that won the match in the real drama.
Is there any sort of ceiling to this, or is it like open?
It's pretty open, pretty high up. It's long range up above.
Yeah, there is a ceiling, but think of it as a normal stadium. You probably aren't going to hit it.
Okay, so is there anyone engaged with me? SotB is basically engaged with me, right?
Sure.
Okay, SotB is engaged. Okay,
No, I did the measurements. He's at 7.7 feet.
Oh!
no!
5.1.
Okay.
He's close enough.
No,
Okay.
he's not. We have to go by the rules. So I have to activate my range upgrade. I activate my magnitude upgrade. I activate the base power. I can give one person a free maneuver by activating the fourth one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I get a free success. Everyone else should be in short of me, right?
Is this force stuff?
This is force stuff. Yeah.
Not for the droid.
Not for. Well, there's no restriction in
No,
the.
it pretty much says you can't be affected by force powers under droids, unless it's like
Unless
blind
it's a
affecting
physical
stuff.
based one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Saber, Jim, and SotB have a free success on their initiative. Saber takes 4 strain for doing this, though. And then someone, I think SotB should get a free maneuver. Does everyone else agree with that?
That's fine.
Got no problem with that.
So-
Hey.
Real
Alright.
quick, is this real life, or like if we mess up and die, is that permanent?
Oh, this is in Bastion. Bastion, the VR construct, is running this.
Okay.
So you guys think it's real, but it's not.
Okay.
It's one of those realistic holodeck simulators.
Yeah. So you can get there like between 20 and free maneuver. Yeah, that's going to be.
Yeah. It'll sting if we get hit, but unless they turn the safeties off, it's not going to really hurt. We may think it hurts.
And also, too, you guys can jump from one level to the other, but that's going to be an athletics check as well.
Ease.
Like jump up or jump down?
Jump, well, greater.
Hard.
Yeah, climbing checks. We'll see. We'll play those by ear.
Jumping up should be harder than jumping down. That's just an easy
Yeah.
drop.
But yeah, so your free maneuver, SotB, where are you going to go?
I'm gonna try going from where I am to about right here.
Okay.
So making an athletics check to vault that, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. Those checks are maneuvers, so you can get to the edge, and then you'll need a maneuver to make that check. Normally the checks are actions, but I'm going to say that checks made while running or something, those are just maneuvers.
Okay. So.
Oh, actually, no. Wait a minute. We should keep this raw. Checks of that nature should be actions, so yeah, it's going to have to be your action on the next turn.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get to the edge. All right. So, who goes first?
We got a frog dog with a 10.1. I think you know which frog dog did that.
Gosh. All right. Next frog dog, or frog dog up. I mean, SotB, you could go again.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to go again?
Blitz it.
All right. I'm gonna try hopping to the next this part.
Okay. I'm going to say that since there's no like real obstacle and you're jumping down, that's going to be an average check, average athletics check.
Just to keep from spraining your ankle.
Remember, guys, each side you can make things harder by flipping destiny.
Are you really playing Opum Gangnam style right now?
Instrumental.
No, it's an average check.
Yeah. People on the other side, do you guys want to do anything or?
Rolling.
Do it. Yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
He was
you
gonna
did it.
pass, you know.
All right. So you've got another maneuver, but it'll be an action to get over the acid pool.
so I can get to
You
like
can get
here.
to the edge.
Can I take cover behind this little bit of a dooley-doo?
No, that's not a wall.
It's not.
Oh,
Okay,
you're
then
right. Yeah, I think those are just like sandbags or something like that. So
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll go to the edge of there.
okay. Next up.
That would be us.
All right, does anyone have a burning desire to go first?
Not particularly. What's the turn order?
Go for it if you want.
Okay, let me see real quick. Just gotta measure 15. And I could do kind of the same thing and get up to the top of the ramp, or I could just go from here to there.
Oh, but remember,
Here.
you have to make an action to jump through the. But you could still do it. So you could do
Oh.
maneuver, action, then.
Oh no, it's just a waste of time compared to jumping off the top. So I'll just go to the top thing again. I can get with 2 maneuvers, so I'll just go up here.
Okay.
I measured it up. So that's my turn.
All right. 2 frog dogs now.
All right, I think Jim will take this next one. So I can't maneuver. Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna get to the edge of the pit. Is that like 1?
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. From there, I'm gonna go ahead and jump down into the pit there. So,
Okay. So action. It'll just be an average check. Average athletics. Do any people on the Frog Dog side want to say something to him, or?
Is there supposed to be acid down there or something?
Well,
No,
not
that's
acid, but
really deep pit. The reason is that's the absolute lowest you can go in a huttball match.
Oh, one thing
the
though,
green ones
there
are acid pits.
there are some things special with huttball that I've done. I'll just go ahead and tell you. In the previous game, when people went into the pit, they had to roll a force die, and poison darts might shoot at you when you go down there.
That's good to know.
There's only
I
a
do.
chance though, so it can be a good calculated risk to just go down there.
Okay.
to you.
I'm going to stumble a little bit as I drop into the pit, but I largely escape the jump unharmed.
Okay. So take 1 strain and also roll 1 force die.
Come on, double dark side.
All right. So you need to give me an immediate 1C 2D coordination check.
You know, let's bump this one up harder.
All right. So it's going to be 2 reds, 1 purple coordination check.
One red, 2 purple.
No, 2 red, 1 purple. They upgraded it.
Okay, well, in that case, can I go ahead and flip 1 to upgrade for mine?
Sure.
Yeah, feel free.
All right, you made it.
Ooh.
I'm going to say, though, that you are going to take strain for all that. You see multiple darts flying at you, and you happen to juke and dodge, but
I'm juking and dodging at the same time, going, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit!
yeah. Each one of those is 1 dart that almost got you, so 4 strain. All right, so you moved, you did an action, and you can move again if you take strain.
Alright, yeah, I'll go ahead and take the string and get the hell out of this pit.
You can move 25 feet.
Okay. Yeah. So are you spending threats and stuff, not the other team?
Oh, I was doing. You know, that's a good point. Actually, before you do the strain, what does the other team want to do with that threat?
Because for 3, we could have him fall over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Jim, go ahead and wipe your strain because they're going to use those threats to knock you over.
So we
You
take
need
1
the maneuver to get up.
Yeah. So you'll be back. You'll be back back there.
Okay. So wait, I'm just kind of falling over as I get out of the pit then?
Well,
No,
as
where
you
you-
landed, as you dodged, you fell over.
Okay.
Yeah, so then your maneuver after that would be to stand up if you wanted to take the strain to do that.
I think I'll stay down this time, and you stand up to when I get back out.
Okay.
So that. All right. Another frog dog.
I'm fine with going last.
I mean, okay. The heck with it. I guess R2 will go then. I got nothing I can really imagine that I can do. If I wanted, could I go to like?
Well, you see
That's
that
a
wall
wall.
there, right?
Yeah, like go over to this wall and like get over it.
Well, no,
But you
that's the
have
whole point. It's
No.
yeah, that's a really high wall. So
I got an ascension cable.
You
that
could get through the fire on one of the lower platforms and go support SotB, or you could get up higher and prepare to defend in case the other team gets there first.
actually, he made a good point. Yeah, sure, because cheating is allowed here. So ascension cable, sure, you can get there and you can do an ascension cable. Climb
Okay.
over it.
I just want to get over the wall to like this side.
Okay.
Is what I'm hoping to do.
I'll yell at you for that, but it's not really going to do
Well,
anything.
you still need to make the check though for the ascension cable.
Oh, what do I need to do for the check?
Average range light.
Yeah, range light. So we're gonna make it. It's gonna be similar to the others. So 1C 2D range light check.
One.
Well, the pistol technically does say. I'm sure it's always open to GM interpretation. But the pistol does say average.
Oh, it does say average. Okay. Sure. We'll. Okay, average. That's fine.
So one
range
yellow,
light
two
average.
green, and two purple.
Wait, 2 purple. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did everyone see that?
Yep, you made it. Okay, so you make it over the wall, and yeah, you've got. If you want to take strain, you've got another maneuver.
You know what? Sure, why not? I'm actually looking to. What I'm hoping to do is like when they get the ball, R2 will hopefully be around over here somewhere. And, just hopefully right about there.
Okay.
And let me set up a strain on this token, and then I'm done.
All right. Next up.
We have 3 turns in a row. All the rest of our turns, actually. I think Zivo's gonna stay where he is to start. I'll go first because it doesn't totally so much matter. Out to 100 is long,
Yeah.
Tommy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's long. I'm gonna be firing at Savak.
Oh. Yeah,
I'll
Ziva's
take
in
2
it to win
strain
it.
to both draw and aim. Anyone want to flip against me or anything?
I'll flip against you.
Excellent. Alright, so this is with my spray stick.
Wait, you used the dark side. You're supposed to use your light side.
Oh, okay.
But frog dogs were light side.
Yeah,
Why don't we
frog dogs
go-
are light side.
Yeah, because we're on the
Frog
left
dogs are
side
light
here.
Okay, so if I'm a frog dog, I just continue to flip light side, but the other
Yeah.
thing is the dark side. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright then. Still flipping against you.
Okay. You take 5 damage. And I can't activate anything.
Oh, you're trying to immobilize?
Yeah.
Or I would actually probably hit him with 8 stun damage at this point, but yeah.
Spray sticks are awesome.
But that's my turn. And you take no damage from that, Savak?
No.
Bummer.
This is why. Is there like a loud heavy metal music actually going on in the game.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
in scathing tirade, so how close I gotta be? You think they have to hear me?
Well, people shouting can shout all the way to lawn, I thought, right?
Well, I'm saying if there's like other things going on, like if there is music playing on in the game, whatnot.
I mean, I'm saying that I'll allow it if you want to use it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then
I mean, it's all part of the, just anything goes nature.
By the way, what are those right there? The thing I just pinged. Those
They're
little
fans
stickers?
that boost people up into the air.
okay. Well, then I'll move up to the flame trap. Then I'm gonna yell at Servok for simple difficulty, thankfully. Oh, coercion. Oh, this is just good. Let's see what I get. Oh, so yeah, you take 3 strain past your soaks off. You get 2 rounds of having a setback dice. And what do you think about the triumph?
You
On
can
the roll.
upgrade to us or
Maybe upgrade the difficulty of his next check.
You know,
Yeah,
that
that
sounds
too.
perfect to me. Yeah.
All right, but we need
Alright,
some
well-
RP, Fi. What are you saying?
Oh, okay, that's right. Savak, what are you again? A weak way?
Yeah.
They're the guys that normally work for the huts, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. Here we go. Oh, you weak way wanker! Look at you! Oh, I bet you're just waiting to lick us some hut boots, aren't you? That's why you're not playing this hut ball so much.
Good job.
Oh man.
All right. And so next up,
Cuba the John.
Alrighty. So that's long, but I can get to medium. Yeah, I'm just gonna draw my weapon, and I'm gonna take an aim and fire on Sevik.
the fan can put you all the way up to the top level, the 4th level.
And do you want to do anything against that? Because I'm upgrading mine, and I guess no counter upgrade.
I guess you can have a boost for my advantage. Never mind.
Oh,
I never did advantage.
doesn't matter. That's 18 damage and
Jesus.
Whoa, who are you hitting?
Savak.
Oh, geez, yikes.
And 1 second. Let me see what my crit is again. Yeah.
More violent than I was expecting.
I'm taking them down. So it's crit. I crit once, and I always have 2 floating boost. So anything to.
Should there be an added difficulty to that, or is it?
I'm guessing the telescopic sight.
Oh
yeah.
no! I thought I hit 3, so doesn't matter.
It didn't affect it. Okay, I tried.
That was my fault. I thought I hit 3 purple. But yeah. So it's a crit. Good thing I can do auto fire. You're lucky.
So is it plus or minus anything?
No.
Minus 10 on my side.
Alright, so since you can choose to apply the minus 10 or not, you can have 40, which will increase the difficulty of the next check by 1, or 30, which will flip 1 light destiny to dark.
Wait.
Durable lets you choose to decrease or not.
Yeah. So we would lose a destiny point.
Or you can add a difficulty, yes.
I'm gonna add the difficulty.
So you have 2
Okay.
difficulty upgrade it.
Wait, what?
He has
Because-
another upgrade from Fi.
Here's an upgrade and an add. This is an upgrade, this is an added.
Oh, added. Ooh, okay.
So what was the
So
what was
plus
the
one
damage
dex.
you did?
18 damage.
God damn.
Oh, it's Pierce 1 also.
So they're gonna be able to knock me out before I even reach too close to hit the field. Is what this is turning. Okay.
One thing you can try to do is, if you don't want to get hit anymore, you can go around the sides, and that'll block line of sight. Up to you, though. Or you can just try to grab the hut ball. But there's no one else further up, so... Yep.
All right. Well, we have the last frog dog turn right now.
Okay.
Damn, that's a lot of soap.
Oh. Yeah, so Saber's not going to be able to activate Sense this turn, and he can't really see where he's going. So.
Oh, he's got his hands out. Guys, where are you?
Yeah, I'm assuming that Adra isn't here because that's fair. So,
I mean, we all have our big guns. I wouldn't see why.
Right.
Just touch the ball or something, you know? How about that?
She can't pick up the ball. It's too big for her, right? So Adra is going to lead me up here.
Okay. Actually, I mean, she probably could grab it somehow.
Okay, so and trying to activate Sense was my action, so that's my turn.
All right. Adra leads him into the fire. All right, next up.
I could have set it to stun damage. It'd been nice.
Well, you can't do stun at long. Stun is only short. And if you have a heavy blaster rifle, it doesn't have the stun quality.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't.
Right, top of the round with a frog dog.
Yeah, frog dogs lead. Oh, they're not leading. I mean, don't.
So, I just have a crazy idea, but I need to know a couple things like, what's the ceiling made of? And is it like medium range from that highest point you were talking about?
No, the fan can only put you up to the level of level 4, which is the highest.
Yeah, it can fling you just medium height of level 4, but it will not fling you anywhere near the ceiling.
But I was just asking if the ceiling would be within, and what range increment.
Tell me what you want to do, actually, just so I have a better context of what you're asking.
I want to rappel up to the ceiling.
Okay.
Not from the arena, you can't.
If I was at the highest point, though, that's the thing.
What would be the purpose of that, though? I'm trying to figure out what...
Okay, you know what the heck with it. Someone pass me the ball, I go and mag lock up to the top, scoot across the roof, drop back down on the other side and score.
I mean,
You may die on the way down.
yeah, sure, you can try it. That's totally fine. We'll say, but I'm going to say that that's going to put you at long range. The ceiling's going to be long range from the bottom, so...
From the bottom, but I was hoping to get the fan and then be at the very apex of the fan and then shoot the grappling hook.
Right, no, what I'm saying is that once you're at the ceiling, if someone shot you and knocked you down, then you would be at long range, a long range fall.
Oh, okay. I don't know how much damage that is, but it's going to be awesome.
It's a long.
50, 30.
It's more than you can take.
Yeah, I think it's automatic incapacitation. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Hopefully
sure
I
it's
don't-
automatic. Yeah. So I
Hopefully
mean,
I
you
can
can
go
do it.
before
It's just
then.
it's super dangerous. So
Yeah, incapacitated, 30 strain, automatically incapacitated, and a crit plus 50.
I guess the question comes down to, is it worth it?
well, it
Well,
depends
I
on
mean,
how
we-
much
we-
you value winning. So
Yeah. So the question
Totally
is,
different.
it's even at the moment. If it comes down to this being like the final ball, then it's more advantageous. But
yeah,
because we basically lose you for the rest of the game if you do it right.
That's true. Maybe do it later. Anyway, R2 can be repaired. If it's the winning shot, that'd be much better.
okay.
But now
So
the bad
what's your
guys know
move?
about it. I have no idea what I'm going to do right now, though. So I was going to let somebody else go.
Is there any way he can do like a perception to see any sort of things to jack into to do some hacking, or?
I just assumed that wouldn't be plausible, but yeah, if I can slice something, R2 would love to do that. I will fusion cutter a hole in the wall if I have to jack into something that
Tell
way.
you what, I mean, since this is also player versus player, this is going to have to be something like how does the opposite team feel about that?
I don't care. Go for it.
I'd allow it.
Okay. Sure. Let's do a. I'll just keep just to make it very simple. 1C 2D perception check. So on a despair, it's a false port.
So red and a purple.
One red, two purples.
Oh
But wait, let's make it more interesting.
So two.
Oh,
red, one
you don't have to. You don't have to make it that much more interesting. His perception is crap. But if we have to, I guess I'll wait. Which one am I flipping? If I want to flip?
Light side.
You do normal just as normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I will have to put myself at 2 yellow because that's all I have.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't find anything this turn at least.
You're kind of spinning around. It's like boop 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 boop. Where's support? All right. Next up.
Well, he didn't get to move.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess maybe if I want, I can move to like. Well, hold on, me. I could move like down in here if I wanted, right? Less likely to get shot while I go to hack into something.
Sure.
Sounds like a sound plan to me.
Fi's planning something. Never trust her.
Alright, I guess that ends our 2's turn.
Alright, so we have one of us. Alright, so the roll to jump between.
Yeah,
What
it's
else
just an average check to jump down.
Yeah, average athletics. Okay. Let's do that. And this is a maneuver.
Oh no, I'm keeping all those
Okay,
as
it's action.
actions. Yeah.
So action to jump,
Yeah.
and then basically, last time we rolled that this part right here is like you can go
There's a
under
place
that.
underneath that is
Yeah.
the floor, so what you see is actually kind of a bridge over the acid.
Yeah. Just wondering if I remember that right. So I can move there. That's 10, 10, 5. I could get right there with one maneuver under that part.
Okay.
And then I'll take a second maneuver
Oh boy.
to get to the ball.
Yep.
All right.
Uh-oh, frog dogs.
I got my strain.
I believe in Savak.
All right. 2 more frog dogs.
Let's see. Do you think we should let Jim go up first so we can pull off something here, Savak?
What would you do?
I'm gonna try and get higher up, and then Savak can grab the hut ball and pass it off.
I can't do that in one turn.
You sure? What is passing the hut ball? Is that a maneuver?
Action.
It's an action.
Pass.
Yeah, he has to
Like
take an
you're
action
attacking.
to jump over the acid if he's doing that.
Yeah. No, let me go first then, and let's do it. Let me do.
Oh,
some-
actually, wait a minute. He might just go around. So.
Yeah, he could go around, but let me see what.
But he'd still need the maneuver to pick up the hut ball. So he.
Yeah. Go ahead and let me get Jib to move first then.
Double maneuver and then an action.
Wait, how far away is the hut ball from me if I go around then? Like,
Yeah, you can get to it.
On a single maneuver.
can I get to Gristle?
I don't know if you can get to Gristle.
You couldn't
No.
quite get there if you move that way. So if you move up from yours, it's about 10. It's about 10 over again. And then you could only make it almost there with one maneuver.
Yeah. However, with 2 maneuvers, you could get to Gristle.
I can't pick up the ball this turn no matter what.
Right.
Hang on. It's still a frog dog turn, right? Let me do something with Jim here.
What?
Hang on, I want this to be a surprise. Alright, so let's see. Standing up is going to be 1 maneuver, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up. And how far can I move with my second maneuver?
25 feet.
Okay. So let's see. That should put me.
Does he have to do the poison dart thing again?
Yeah, he does. You have to roll a force point.
Okay, that'll work. Okay, so I have to roll to get out of the poison darts then, huh?
Yeah, just a force die. All right, no poison darts.
Okay, so that's going to be one to stand up, a strain point to maneuver, and that's going to put me right about here. So that's going to be 5 to get up the ramp and then 20 to move as far as I did.
Okay.
Then for my action, I'm going to fire off my field commander ability.
Ah, this is nice.
I forgot he had that.
That's what won us the game originally. Oh, other than the strong arm. And the jetpack.
There were a few key components.
So you're saying it was a well-balanced victory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it average leadership then?
Yep.
Yeah, that's an average leadership.
Nice.
And success. So that means all 3 of my fellow players can now spend 1 strain to get an immediate free maneuver that does not count towards their maneuver limit. So Savak can now spend a strain to as a free maneuver before the next turn to move closer and get up towards that huttball.
Okay, and that was about right here, yeah? Did we decide that, or is it a little closer to...
Yeah, it was almost touching the huttball, so you just weren't exactly there.
Like here. Right where I'm pinging. Is it not
So,
pinging?
yeah?
And Saber and R2 can also spend a strain to get a maneuver because it's equal to my number of presents, and I have 3 presents, so all my teammates can get 1.
I was just
Fortunately,
thinking that
I'm not in a good position for it. That's my own issue.
if I had been right here last turn... Wait, hold on. If I had been like right here last turn, that's within about a medium range. I could have tried to shoot the huttball with my grappling hook and grab it with that.
Yeah.
Well, you have a free maneuver now, so you'd be in position to go for it.
Yeah, go up. Actually, yeah, maneuver for position for that.
You know, I was gonna give a hint, but now I'm like, nah, I can't do that, so I'll shut up.
And Saber, you gonna try anything?
I'm between 2 fire traps and jumping down, so I can't really take a maneuver.
Yeah.
Okay, well you don't have to spend that one then.
Well, I do have something else I could do. I don't know if I want to do it right now. I'm gonna save it. It's too big.
Alright, fair enough. And that's gonna be the end of my turn then.
Alright.
Alright.
Dog.
I'm gonna move to attack Gristle.
Oh, you're not gonna grab the huttball. Okay.
We've made it personal already, huh?
Alright, I'll dodge twice, and I have 1 defense.
And you have an added difficulty.
Oh, be careful with. I would recommend being careful around Gristle. He has the
And 1 upgrade.
the magic touch.
There's 3 red. By my math.
So what am I
Don't forget
rolling against?
You're rolling 3 red, 2 black, I think.
Oh, and he gets another setback for Fies yelling at him as well.
Yeah, that's what I counted in. The 2 black. That's what I counted in.
Okay, yeah. That's what you'll have the 1
for my defense. Yeah. So you're rolling your whatever attack against 3 red, 2 black.
Okay.
Do you want to flip and make it an extra purple?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think we should. We should flip, make it harder for him.
Alright.
Crystal doesn't deserve this.
You know, 3 red, 1 purple, 2 black.
Yeah, I mean, feel free to flip on your side too for the attack.
Probably should, just to keep it all going.
Yeah.
I agree. You should.
Okay. There.
Fi has a secret technique. They're gonna stop flipping if the force powers get too crazy. I can tell.
Wait, what?
That would be so jerkish.
Yeah,
No,
'cause
that'd
I
be
wouldn't
too
be, I wouldn't
gamey.
be able to, I wouldn't be able to do light side, so. Saber's
Interesting.
not going to use dark side, so.
That'd be way too gamey.
Yeah.
Winning this game doesn't mean that much to him.
You know, cheating.
I'm sorry. What am I rolling against?
Yeah, he's not
You're
going
rolling
to
against
use
3 red,
dark side,
1
so.
purple, 2 black.
Okay.
Not for the amusement of the huts, as it were.
Then I'm gonna take an extra strain to do extra maneuver and aim.
That's okay. Just keep taking that strain.
We were teammates, Savai.
Yeah, be careful. Gristle
Oh.
has the thing that does strain damage directly. So this is not good.
I do 15 damage, Pierce 2, and I crit.
The one?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 38 unless you. Oh, sorry, 48 unless you have some other.
48 is Headringer. Increase the difficulty of all intellect and cunning. It's fine with me.
Don't have to be smart to play huttball.
Actually.
It helps.
All right. Rotworm turn.
It's our turn.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. Zuvo's gonna pop up here. 2 more strain. No aim this time. Pull out his whip.
Oh.
Kinky.
Oh no!
Yeah, just out of
Let
range.
me get that arrow up. Get rid of that arrow.
So
You can whip out, you can whip like in front of him. Be like, yeah, don't get any closer.
I wanted to whip. Well, let's see. How close to the edge am I?
You can probably use your action, though.
No, I'm already at the edge. I'm looking.
Hut gonna run down from jump down.
No, I think Zuvo's gonna play some defense in general, but he will, I guess, then scathing tirade.
Oh, the strain, man.
Both have
I think-
scathing tirade.
They're really angry people.
Oh yes. I was gonna take Inspiring Presence, but I'm like, nah, that doesn't seem like
Yeah.
fly.
We have a team full of just shit talkers.
you guys are just not even playing huttball. You're just gonna get into a yelling match. It's gonna be more.
Huttball to me.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that would have been a beautiful
Oh, boy.
success.
I guess I will pass a boost, and I'll give a boost to Juba, and I'll recover 2 strain.
We only need to hit him for 6 more strain, and he's passed out, guys.
I don't strain, though. But I'm not gonna shoot when you're there. But anyway, Juba's gonna go ahead and move right here, because he can get a hit right on that pesky droid over there.
What? I'm not doing nothing. I haven't done a thing.
And that's a medium range.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, is that
That's hitting through cover.
Huh?
That's hitting through cover. It looks like you're clipping. You're just barely clipping the side of that thing. Yeah.
But that's elevated. They're both on the same level underneath it.
Yeah, that thing
Yeah,
right there.
when you're standing right there. That's a wall up to those stairs.
The thing is that he can actually hit R2 without clipping it though.
Yeah.
The backside.
maybe R2
I
should
think
be a
I'm-
little bit more forward?
Yeah, I just got it. You know what? Why not? And I'm
R2's out.
doing auto fire.
R2's way
God.
out.
Oh jeez. Whoa.
Oh god.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not even gonna bother. I'm just talking.
Yeah. So that's like 17 plus 06. It's 23, and then 23 and 20.
I don't know if I'm comfortable
So
being on the team anymore.
What's the total damage?
Bristle, change sides.
23 and 20. But I guess like 43 damage.
Stop
Chris?
counting at double your threshold.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I only have a soak of 4 and like 13 wounds, so I
So
mean, I'm not.
23 minus
26.
2.
You're at 26 wounds.
Okay,
But I have pierce 2, so.
And then
I'm out. If you,
remember to roll a crit.
No, that was auto fire.
is that
No,
necessary?
but he went over his threshold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Should've
whenever you go over your wound threshold, you roll a crit. So
Oh.
that's not good.
99 is crippled. You have a limb crippled until it's replaced or healed. All difficulty for that limb is increased by 1.
He blew my leg off.
Wait, what is the other one for?
But no, 47 is like 1 through 100, I think, is the percentile to deserve what limb.
No, that's for which of your characteristics. I think it's kind of up to GM choice.
Yeah, the limb is up to the GM.
I have like 3 little legs. That's about it.
Well, and little arms.
I don't think it matters. I don't think anyone's going to be capable of repairing him at this point, anyway.
Yeah. Your limb that's damaged is your entire torso. All right, so we have Fi to finish the round, or finish the rotworm turns.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep yelling at Sevarok, and I guess I'm gonna stay right where I am. Playing defense. I'll flip another destiny so I can.
So
roll
basically,
with
we're
this.
not playing huttball.
No, you are.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Name calling cheating is
Okay,
all
so-
encouraged.
So everyone is going to take at least 1 strain, but Savak, you're going to take 4. Everyone, so the remaining Rotwire team, or whatever team you guys are, the Rot Dogs, doesn't matter. So Jim and Saber take 1 strain. Savak, you're taking 4. And yeah, you all have a setback now.
We need some RP though. Gotta see.
Oh, I got it. Okay. That's right, Savak! Oh, you trying to be a poor Gristle, he's just a bloody doctor! Oh, I'm a big tough weak one, look at me! And oh, look, I'm a dwarf with my big shiny head over there! And oh, I'm Saber! I can't see, I don't even know what I'm playing this fucking game,
Where am I? All the more reason for Bristol to change sides right now.
I don't know if I want to be part of this organization anymore.
I guess for my maneuver, I'll just stay. I will take cover behind the. If there's something to take cover behind.
No, well, fire, yeah.
There's no real cover by you right now.
Well, you could go halfway down the stairs, couldn't she? And then she'd be covered?
Sure.
Yeah, technically.
Sure.
At least from the forward angles that your team currently
It doesn't matter. You know, for my maneuver, actually, I think I can do something. Let me see what I got here. And I was gonna get Supreme of this last experience. I should have done that as a maneuver, but no. Actually, no. I'm gonna stim my. No, wait, I can't stim. I'll do that next round. There you go. Yeah. Okay. I will just do nothing with my maneuver.
All right, and then Saber is the last frog dog.
Yeah, see how this goes. Okay, I can activate Sense. I'm committing a force die to keep it up until I can see within 50 feet. String. Okay, what can I see? So I see the huttball. I see our poor little droid friend got really hurt. I see Gristle. And let's see. That was my action. So let's see. Where do we want me to move somewhere? I can move anywhere, actually, so teammates out there, any suggestions?
Well, you could move to the left or to the right, through the fire pits and around the side, so you'd still be higher up on level 4.
I have force leap, so I can move to any place within medium.
Okay. You could then leap towards the northern part where Jib is and try and get your hands on the huttball or something, or support Sivak from that way, because it looks like they're coming in on the strong side over there.
Mm-hmm. See, I don't have a weapon on me though. Let's see here.
Otherwise, he could leap in there and support Sivak, who looks like he needs it.
Yeah, I just don't know what I could actually do in terms of support. So that's the main question.
Remember the real focus, though, guys. You know, as
No one's
Hack
playing
would
huttball
say.
yet. We're just fighting each other.
no one's- yeah,
Knock us out in like the next 2 rounds. Like,
yeah. It's a little difficult. Gosh, I hate to activate it by this. I can use the Force as my ally if I really wanted to grab the huttball right now.
I think
remember,
somebody
you have to
needs
get
do
it
it.
over to the
Yeah, you
purple.
could do that, and then as soon as Jib gets up to that second level, you could pass it towards him.
Hmm.
Saber takes dark side. I want to win.
Yeah. It's difficult to say. So I can only sense within 50. 50.
Saber jumps into the acid pit.
Well, there is that platform above the acid pit he could jump to.
Yeah.
Where is that platform above the acid pit?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
above-
it crosses over. Yeah, I didn't have that in the original one, but this one has the wall and the platform above it.
So there's a platform on top of the acid pits?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a platform above the acid pits.
Okay. So Saber will force sleep.
Bye, Adra.
Adra's over there. And I have to flip to do that. So Adra's just, back here. Okay.
All right, top of the round with a frog dog.
if you guys don't mind, I'll take it because I'll probably get knocked out next round regardless. I'm gonna see if I can finish off Gristle.
Is
Alright, I'm dodging twice again, and then we're gonna flip again.
Wait,
Yeah,
did he have
what's his health bar at? Sorry, I moved you.
No, I'm not out yet.
Hey, he didn't have those additional upgrades from that last one, didn't he? Then
He did. He rolled 3
he
purple.
rolled-
yeah, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, but this will
Oh
be
yeah, the 2 dots. I see now. I forgot how the yeah.
so it'll be 2 red, 1 purple, 2 setback.
And you want to increase it again and just make it 3 red?
Wait,
No,
yeah,
yeah,
so
no,
it's
it's
2 upgrade.
Oh,
3
never mind.
upgrade. Yeah, because he doesn't have the increased difficulty anymore, I don't think so.
And the 2 setbacks. Yeah, the increase in difficulty was 1 check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I was trying to see. I didn't see you already flipped the dark.
Yeah, it's 2 red, 1 purple, 2 setbacks.
Wait, where are the setbacks from?
His defense.
Armor and then Phi.
and 5. Yeah.
I'm gonna flip back. So does that revert his dice back, or does that make one of my greens a yellow?
This
Yep.
makes one of your greens a yellow.
Okay. And I'm gonna aim for my maneuver.
Ooh.
It's pretty brutal. We're just having a drag out fight right here.
Let's see. Is 13 damage with 2 pierce enough to get you?
Let's see. 15 damage to Pierce. Just barely.
But yes.
Alright, I'm gonna use my 2 advantage to recover 2 strain.
Boo.
And for my triumph, is it possible to have Phi shut up for a round, or do I just upgrade the difficulty of her next check?
You know, I would say that yeah, she's been flabbergasted by Crystal going down. She won't scathing tirade next round.
Yeah, that was nice of you. Okay.
All right, Gristle, want to roll your critical injury?
Actually,
All
fine.
right.
Maybe you can have like a shout to like, "Oh no, Gristle."
You don't get a free maneuver on your next turn, unfortunately, Gristle. Along with an action or-
Actually, you add 30 to that.
Oh,
And then the 10 for the one crit already. So
So that's
40.
increase all brawn checks by 1 until end of encounter.
and it was the 30, and then
30. Yeah.
That was 60. So that was 30 plus 10, or is the 10
No,
already?
it should just be 50.
Oh, so that's another head ringer.
Bong.
okay.
no, you beautiful woven man! What have you done, sir?
All right. We have 1 turn. I could attempt to entangle Saber.
Go for it.
Okay, Saber, what are your defenses without your lightsabers and all that crazy stuff?
I don't have any defenses without my lightsaber.
Oh,
or,
boy.
Yeah, defensive training only relates if you have some weapon on you.
Right.
So, yeah, there are no defenses.
Just 2
You
red
like
or
to a
2?
huttball game with no weapons?
No, I don't have the sense upgrades for the 2 red, so it'll be just an average attack.
Yes, I didn't.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
whole story with Saber and everything. That yeah.
Oh.
Things
All
happen.
right. So that is 7 damage.
Is that, stun? Okay.
Ouch.
And then I will. I wish I had 1 more advantage. That would be huge.
Stun pulse me.
Yeah. I could stun pulse you for 5. Or ensnare you. I will ensnare you.
Okay, Saber is ensnared. Okay, we have a turn now, right?
Oh, that was a mistake. I regret that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. You have 2 turns now.
Okay.
Well,
so
the only
let me-
one turn, really. Oh, no, because the other one is. Yeah.
Let me see here. I have 1 rank in second wind, so might as well use that here. So this one. Saber's gonna go because. So do you actually have to have a person with the hut ball?
Yeah,
or can
you have to. Someone has to actually have possession of it. You can't just throw the ball over the line.
Okay. Well, that.
We could, but we could recover it next.
Okay. My plan has fallen to pieces. Huh. So Cubo, what is your athletics?
Good enough?
Can I
Yeah,
have
he
your
needs a
athletics,
pool.
please?
No, it's just 1 green.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, no. I have a feeling what's happening.
Well, I'm not gonna throw you into an acid pit, if you're wondering, but
No, I have a feeling.
I'm going to throw an acid pit at you. No. Yeah. So let's see what happens.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I rip the heavy blaster rifle from you and throw it into the acid pit over here.
Hey!
Hey! Oh.
I'm gonna use the advantage to recover a strain. That's enough, but I was hoping for a little more advantage on that. But I still have to take. So it's just a silhouette 0 object, right? So I end up taking 1 strain.
Can I go swimming for it?
Definitely. Sounds painful, but
So triumph wise, what do we think? What would be advantageous at this point that no one has picked up the hut ball? I can't throw in the hut ball like I was hoping to. I was just gonna pick it up and throw it at this point. That was thrown out. So
You could say that whenever you pulled my gun, it hit the hut ball closer to Sev or into his hands or something.
Or maybe you toss the hut ball up into the air or something. You're not throwing it to anybody, it's just up in the air.
Wait, but that how I don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I
that-
wouldn't have affected
I mean,
it.
I'd say for a triumph, yeah,
Yeah.
he deflected it right into Savok's hands. I mean, that thing's
Because the force, nothing is chance. It's all the force.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying. You're saying that.
I throw the rifle like this. It gleans off of the hut ball.
Okay.
How about I make an athletics check to catch it?
That seems more fair than just.
I'll say hard.
He says that, and then he doesn't.
yeah. Let's upgrade your difficulty then. So, for fun.
For fun.
Okay.
So what's that difficulty gonna be, Tommy?
I'm gonna say that it's already got a native upgrade, so it's 1C 2D like a lot of these checks on the board. So it's
Okay.
gonna be 2 red, 1 purple from their upgrade.
All right.
It's very unexpected when that happens. So
Yeah.
And what is this coordination?
Oh, a despair. Oh,
God.
falls into the acid. Falls into the acid.
oh wait, yeah, that would be to catch it wouldn't be athletics, it would be coordination.
Coordination.
All right, well, I'll let him re-roll.
So do you want me to roll a coordination check?
Yeah.
Very much so.
Okay. Just to warn you, my coordination is
Even better.
it's
Good as my athletics.
I wouldn't say better. I would actually say worse by a lot. Oh my god.
Falls into the acid. Falls
For
into the acid.
real?
And he falls into the acid.
I'm not even worried about the acid. That's just stupid. I was like, maybe I won't get despair this time.
No, what happens is now Fi can once again yell, maybe? What do you guys think?
He catches my heavy blaster instead.
Other option, we could have him try to catch the hut ball and have the hut ball fall in to that acid pit.
I like that too.
Yeah.
He deflects it into the other acid.
Based on like the geometry of the rifle throw, that seems to be the more probable.
Yeah, I butterfingers it.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright,
So
I'll
we're
let you guys
going-
move it.
We're going like that.
Yeah, I think
there?
that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right for trajectory.
Sure, that works. All right, another frog dog.
We haven't even picked up the hut ball yet. This
Nope.
is
I think
this
it's
is
going to
very
be
sad.
Oh
We
man.
don't need it. We just eliminate the other team and then
I
we'll.
think this is going to be whoever scores is going to just walk it in.
We were like, should we play huttball? Nah, let's just do a duel, guys.
Guys, I'm only one wound over. Just like dart a stim pack into me from
Okay.
medium range.
Oh, let me.
I wish.
My next turn, I hit the gristle with both my weapons. He's staying down.
Great.
That's brutal.
This is VR. I remember that.
Well, let's see.
Wait, so Gristle's not actually dead? Fuck.
No, but he'll still remember you killing it.
So about that, Gris, it was fun, right?
We were
Okay.
teammates.
Well, let's see. I'm going to go ahead
Playing
and
for the
move
ball.
down to here towards the acid pit. What would it take for me to be able to jump over this acid pit while grabbing the hut ball?
Oh goodness.
Like a
I mean, I'm going to say that's going to be a daunting. No, it's going to be a coordination check to grab it, and you still have to do the athletics check to. So it'll be 2 separate checks. So 1C 2D coordination check to grab while you are jumping over with the standard difficulty of the athletics check.
You know what? Let's go ahead and upgrade both of those. That sounds like a good plan, right, guys?
All right. So 2 red, 1 purple coordination check first. But you are still jumping over it, so both of these have to happen at the same
Didn't
time.
he do the athletics first? If he fails that, he's not going to be able to try to grab the ball.
Oh, right. Yes, that is a good point, James. Other way around.
Okay, so this is the athletics one then.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, athletics first, I think.
Yep.
Come on, the despair fairy hasn't showed up enough today.
I don't think your side has rolled a despair.
Well, I don't know if we've rolled any.
Oh,
Well, damn.
and 3
fallen
threats.
in a pit.
Oh,
Fallen
he fell in. Straight up.
So it's
There's a rifle in there at least.
okay, well I fell in, so would I just be able to just pick up the hut ball then anyway?
Yeah, with the maneuver. However, you've got acid on you, and so it is. I'm trying to remember. It's going to be 8 damage, but even if there's no soak, or so 8 damage resisted by soak, but you also have burn 2 on you right now. And so
Oh.
every round you're going to be hit by 8 damage.
Okay,
2 rounds.
so it's going to be 8 soak 3, so that's going to be 5 damage, and until I clean it off, that's going to persist. And I need to get out of the acid.
2 rounds, right?
Yeah, 2 rounds burn.
Alright, fair enough then.
We have
3 turns.
No, we have 2 turns. Sorry.
Zero.
Who's up?
We have the hut ball though!
So it's Juba and Phi. You go ahead. You go first, Juba.
Ziva, can I grab that that stun?
The
What
spray
the-
stick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. That's gonna require 2 things. Do I have quick draw? I have quick draw.
Ziva would have dropped it here, where he started, because he moved and drew his whip.
Okay.
He didn't re-sling it. He just
So I'll just move here, pick it up, and move here. Take my 2 strain. I'm gonna use my quick draw incidental to pick it up.
Well,
No,
I
you still quick draw is only if it's on your person.
Oh.
You still have to pick it up as a maneuver.
Okay, so I have to pick it up.
yeah, you don't get to aim or anything, but you still have it. So it's accurate too, and has long range
Okay.
and
Let's
slow
see.
firing.
Would I be able to see Saber from here?
uh-oh.
Yeah, actually you could if you were shooting under the bridge.
Yeah, that's what I was planning.
So
Okay.
average again. So you get 2 free boosts from the
And it's range light or heavy?
heavy.
Oh. Oh. Well.
Yeah, that's what you have your points in, so I'll upgrade it for you.
That's fine.
So courteous.
Yeah.
So that would be 8 damage.
Is
So
it
that's-
stun?
Yeah, it has a stun pulse though that it does
It has
like.
stun 8.
And
Yeah.
you have enough to actually think entrap or something. I forget what
It's
this.
also ensnare.
I'm also
Well,
already
he's
down,
already
so-
ensnared. So you can stun 8.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then I guess I can use it as a crit and just roll 2 crits on him.
No, you have to. The advantage you're gonna have to use to activate the stun pulse, but then you still have a triumph.
Yeah, the triumph at the crit is what I meant.
Yeah, you could.
And if you want to crit him, I mean,
No, we can. How about you give Phi a free maneuver?
Alright, I'll give 5 free maneuver.
Because she's actually going to be. Actually, never mind. Don't give me a free maneuver because I have to do the action and get over the freaking thing.
I'll just.
How about an upgrade on my jump over this because my athletics is.
I'll pass an upgrade on to 5.
Cool.
Yeah, so Phi is going to get past this fiery death inferno thing here.
Well, you have to roll for it.
I know. What's the difficulty? Same thing as everything else?
Yeah, 1C, 2D.
1C, 2D. So I'd be rolling 1C, essentially.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is it athletics or coordination?
I'm gonna upgrade it.
Alright. Oh, man. And I got 1 upgrade, so I will upgrade too. Let's see what happens here.
Zero difficulty.
You didn't even roll the dice.
Oh no, you're right. Yep.
Forgot a purple.
Yeah. So
No, she increased it by 2.
yeah,
it
this,
is,
yeah. So this is 12 damage. I mean, this is like a blast of really bad fire, and now you also have the burn quality 6 on you.
Does he have to roll
Cool.
the purple dice?
he's using unmatched expertise, so he reduces
Oh,
the
okay.
difficulty of all career
So that
skills.
was,
The way Phi's built, Phi has
12?
every career skill.
does that count as energy damage?
It does, yeah.
Alright, it's okay.
No,
That's-
energy damage is like a blaster.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Sure.
It's for my catch vest, it gives.
Oh yeah, it's not. That's not going to work.
So 3 minus 12 is 9. Okay, cool.
All damage is
And
And it's a
Remind me
burn.
no-
It's burn 1, not burn 2 like the acid. So it's just 6 damage on the next turn.
okay, so I still think that's gonna put me down. Let me check.
yeah, that'll just take 6 minus soak next.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I'll be close, but it won't be down. All right, yeah. Then I guess since I still have a maneuver, Am I allowed to stop, drop, and roll as a maneuver?
Sure.
That's an action.
Then we try
Oh,
my
it's
coordination.
an action. You said.
Undo burn is a. Let me just double check. I think it's an average.
I mean, it's a coordination check, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out the difficulty.
And then
think
next, it's even harder because we're on metal.
Yeah, it depends on the terrain. I think it's average whenever you have like soft terrain, and then if it's metal, it's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's actually easy if it's on soft, and average if it's on hard.
Oh,
Oh.
well,
Yes, but it's obviously a action because
Okay.
it's a check.
And I guess I'll just
suppose you
finish.
could jump into the acid to stop it burning.
That sounds like a bad idea. I guess I will just stay. I'll move up to the next fire pit while it'll be on fire. Going, oh God, why? Oh, yeah, it's hot. Woo.
All right.
Jump in the acid pit. Everyone knows acid and fire are mortal enemies.
Well, it would stop it because you'd remove its oxygen source, but it would just, not solve any problems.
I would die horribly. Gotcha.
What happened if Juba pushed Saber into the acid pit?
Actually,
Saber is unconscious in the acid pit right now.
No,
Yeah,
he's above
Saber-
it. He's on a ramp
Oh,
above
okay.
it.
actually,
I'm
you know
on a
what?
platform. Like, there's not. I don't think there's a way for you guys to reach me.
For my mover, I'm pulling out a stim pack. Actually, that sounds like a better idea. And that'll. There you go. Boom.
Okay.
Is it a maneuver to use it? I might
Yeah.
take the
Yeah,
strain to
it is.
sit myself with the stim
Yeah.
pack. How much stim packs give? I have one
5.
stim pack specialist, so I get 6 back. Yay! I messed it up. There you go. 3.
All right. Back to the top with a frog dog.
I guess it's between me and Savak here. Savak, you mind if I go so I can get out of this pit?
Things to keep in mind is we don't have another. Theoretically, Fi could take me out of the fight because her turn is after our turn, and she could roll. I'm assuming it's capable for her to roll a scathing tirade. That's enough to knock me out.
That would be an
It
impressive
is
one.
possible. It's not likely, but it's possible.
Yeah.
Okay,
You get-
I got a plan then. If you want to get up close and then try and go for that one, Savak.
What?
Well, I mean, is it possible to toss the huttball? I don't know.
Well, yeah, that would be one of the things I'm going for. Is if Savak can get closer towards where Fi is and wants to try to finish her off with that one, then I pass the hut ball on my next turn.
I think we should just try to get it in. That's about the only thing I like. If we get it in, we're good.
It sounds like
I
the
mean,
best option.
they still have 3 people up.
So the stick has it's slow firing.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be able to use it this round. Zevo has a whip. Fi can shout at you. So it's a good question.
This
I
team.
like, so what? I can almost, and he doesn't have the range to throw it far enough. I mean, he can throw it to me right now.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's also the thing. Is like, what is throwing the hut ball, an action or a maneuver?
It's an action.
It's an
Okay,
action.
then I could use a maneuver to close in on you after you've moved and then pass the hut ball towards you.
Yeah, but you still need to get out of the acid pit.
Well, assuming he's like already in it, so the check is to just not be in it. So I assume he can just move out of
Yeah,
it.
he can just move out of it. So it would be
Yeah,
a maneuver to
I
get
can
out
do
of the acid pit.
All right, I mean, like,
I mean, otherwise,
what?
Or the frog dogs could always just concede that the rot ones are superior.
Never.
Maybe.
Well,
Can I make a discipline check on my turn to recover strain?
okay, here's something else I can do. I could maneuver out of it and then maneuver further up and then fire off, no, that's not going to work.
Pass me the ball. Pass me the ball.
At this point, the best thing I could do is maneuver closer up, toss the hut ball backwards toward you, and then you move further in after that. I mean, otherwise, then you have to move up, and then I move up, and then throw the huttball towards you.
Honestly, I think the best thing we could do right now is try to take someone else out, because otherwise it's just going to be Fi using Scathing Tirade until I fall unconscious, or Juba, probably, he might not be able to kill me in his next hit, but...
Alright, well, if you want to go and then try to take somebody else out, I'll follow after how far I can get.
So it's an action to get across the acid pit, yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Is it technically one of y'all, then one of us, then one of y'all?
Yep.
Or
Yeah,
okay.
it's one of them.
Yeah, okay. I was just curious. I wasn't sure. Yeah, okay. Right back at the top of the order.
Is it an action to get past the fire?
Yeah.
Yep. So you could get over the acid to the fire.
Can he jump from here to here?
I was gonna ask that, but I'm assuming that's an action too.
That would also be
Wait,
an
jump from where to where?
From
Like
Oh,
across
from there to
the
there.
thing.
Oh, yeah, but that would be another action too, and that would be a lot more difficult, I think.
I mean, I could do the athletics check. It's not the problem.
You always have a fan jump and let fate take you right
Yeah,
to
but
five.
that's coordination. I would absolutely mess that one up.
Is the fan random where it takes you if you fail? Because
Yeah.
that's what we did with Brandon on a bad jetpack. Was we did a 1D 360.
Do it. Don't be scared. Come on.
No, I'm gonna move over here, and then I'm gonna try jumping to a Fi.
Okay. I'm going to say that because she's not only distance away, but she's also higher, so that's going to be a 1C 3D athletics check.
Oh, and you know I'm flipping.
So 2 red, 2 purple.
Leave me alone. I'm on fire.
She's on
That's-
fire.
That's especially why I'm going after you. I'm also gonna flip.
Oh!
Oh, I have an idea for it. How about you pull us both into the pit, like you grab me for your triumph? I mean, you don't make it, but
Oh, that's
I was gonna
actually
say.
pretty good.
All right.
Is
So
it possible that I push her back into the fire instead?
nah, that wouldn't be far enough. But you do. That is going to be a short distance fall, though. So
Well, you also have a fire directly to the other side that you could push her into as well.
I don't think so. It'd be like a weird swatting thing.
yeah, I would say it makes most sense that you pull her down
Yeah.
with you. But yeah, so we're gonna have to do some fall damage though. So that's a short distance fall. How much is that?
10 of each. 10 strain, 10 wounds, mitigated by athletics or coordination, I think.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do an immediate. Is it hard? Check.
He's average.
Average. Okay.
so simple for me to say.
Yeah.
But I'll
What
flip
you're
it
saying
back
is
there.
what you should do more often is grab people and make them fall.
Yeah, and remember, Savak, you can use those 6 advantage to recover strain right now.
Yep.
Before you do this check.
Yeah. Oh, so I take nothing from the fall.
No, you lower it by 2 and strain by 1.
Well, she got a triumph.
Does that mean you get? Not, does that mean you automatically
You lower the distance of the fall by 1, so that would should
you
mean
hit fall?
basically I land it perfectly, and I'll actually recover.
That. Now I
I'll use my advantage to give myself. I don't know.
She pops open an umbrella and kind of like floats down like Mary Poppins.
That would be the most Fi thing to do.
yeah.
We're also now both in the pit, so we both roll for our force dice. Do we get
Yeah.
shot at?
What's the
Hold on,
last
I need to roll for
fall mitigation? So you.
Oh,
take
well,
the
that's you. That's too many dice. That's one additional difficulty that you didn't need.
oh.
So you
roll
still
1d3 and we'll remove.
Well, it doesn't matter. Either way, he's going to soak all the damage, and
Okay.
they all have a threat. So you take the 10 strain still. Or
Yeah.
you soak the strain?
No, I think the strain specifically does. You don't get to apply your soak.
We need to double check that.
Yeah, let me.
I'm looking it up right now.
Suffer damage used by soak and strain. It doesn't say on my quick sheet, but that would be on page 212.
Page 212. Ah, stop loading.
215 in Edge of the Empire.
Oh, really? That means my chart.
I'm looking. Oh, damage is reduced by soak. However, the strain is not.
Okay, so 10 strain.
So I'm
It's not 11.
so I'm unconscious.
No, you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
you
at-
recovered strain.
I'm at 1. I had 7 strain. I recovered 6, and now I'm unconscious.
No, you're at 11 out of 11. That's not unconscious.
You're at your Oh, threshold.
Yeah, you're at your threshold.
Oh.
Yeah, you are up. All I have to do is yell at you and get a success, though.
Now you have to do the dart check, right?
Yes, we do.
Right.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh no! Cheering against
I'm
my own
good.
team now.
All right,
Hey.
so neither of you.
That's awesome. We're stealing all Saber's light side that he wanted.
Good
That was a really bad roll for me to start off with.
if we wanted.
5 force rating and all of them dark.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
All right, what's going on?
So Zevo could try to whip Savak and take him out.
Well, no, I'm rolling a simple difficulty on my check. There is a chance that I won't roll a single success.
Okay, go for it.
Let's do this. I will flip. You guys, I will say you guys can flip against me to give me 1 difficulty.
I did.
All right, so and it's my coercion.
Kinda
yeah,
hope
you
fail.
were-
Aw.
You and Jim will both take 1, but I'll make sure just so you don't get up. You take the 3. And I'll say, "That's right, Civic! Tried to pull me down and I'm still standing tall, you bloody wanker! And oh now Jim's all alone! The poor little Duros!"
You could probably move out of there too.
Oh yeah, that's my play, I'm just yelling at you first.
Oh boy. This is not going to go well from the start.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I think we're at that point where I might need to call it. I'll leave it up to you.
The ball just explodes because it's just been sitting there too long.
This is a fall.
Actually, I will take 2 strain to take another maneuver.
So we played a game of huttball and no one touched the huttball.
But brawl is more appropriate.
Brawl, yeah.
Yeah.
Another 10. So yeah. I'm right here by the tunnel, underneath that fire trap.
Honestly,
I'm gonna
that's
save you, Gristle.
I end up liking the game so much.
So are we blowing it dead here with a rotworm victory by?
Well, I mean, with
A Rotworm victory by knockout?
Well, not a total knockout at this point. This would be more of a.
Yeah, it would be a concession on our side, so
I mean, the game's over.
yeah.
Well, I'm still gonna go for the distance here, so I'm not gonna give in. We're gonna go out with a bang if possible.
Probably literally, with Juba knowing him.
Probably. No, I guess we'll go ahead and it's still a frog dog turn, and since I'm still up, I'm gonna keep moving then.
Correct. Still a frog dog turn.
Alright, so that's gonna be 1 maneuver to get out of the acid pit, or is that 1 maneuver to get out of the acid pit and keep moving?
Are you-
When to get out. It's kind of a pool, so.
Are you gonna
get
grab
out.
the ball first or not? I mean,
What's up?
I'm just. There's a ball next to. I don't know. Go for it. Do your thing.
I picked up the hut ball, so it's in my possession, so I'm gonna go for it. I'm going all the way!
don't forget to burn 8.
Oh yeah, you take.
Yeah, is that still soaked, or is that just straight?
Still
straight?
soak.
It's soak.
Okay. So yeah, I don't have that much left on me, but I'm still
Which
going
is-
all the way with this.
You're
So
running the ball as far as you can go.
I'm gonna run the ball as far as I can go.
Oh, he's gonna be 1 wound off.
Wait, Adra's still on the field. Where's Adra? My canine
She's trapped between 2 fires.
dog droid.
She's barking.
Rough. Bow wow. Robo puppy.
Basically, just has to run the gauntlet of Zevo's whip and Juba with the spray stick.
Well, I still have one more. No, this is the round I can use Max.
So this is the round you can't use it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All
Still-
right.
Uh-oh.
Juba,
He might pull this off.
Juba, any defense?
Jib, you mean?
Sure.
Yeah, Jim, sorry.
No, I'm running underneath. That's not in the fire pit. The fire pit is above me.
No, you're being attacked.
Being
Zero's-
attacked.
Zero's trying to whip you as you run.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got 1 melee defense.
That's unfortunate.
I believe in you.
Wait. Saber senses an advantage while he's unconscious. Add 2 more setbacks to that.
You guys should flip against him.
Yeah, I'm
I'll do it for you.
Do it for me.
All right.
Oh!
Stupid.
And I can apply sense advantage wherever I want, so...
Even if you're not able to do anything? Pretty sure you need to be not unconscious to...
Yeah, I mean, you still, even to do an incidental, you do have to be conscious to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're literally incapacitated.
Alright.
Just has a little
So
fire.
for 3 advantage, I can't make him drop the ball, can I? Could I?
No, you'd have to hit him. It's like to disarm, you know. You have to at least have the hit. That's what I
Well,
think.
he's carrying this... Yeah, okay. That's fine.
I mean, you definitely take maybe some give an upgrade to Jubba, or not upgrade, some boost die.
Well, Juba can't shoot this turn.
Yeah, Juba's gonna use his action and everything just to prepare for next round.
Actually, give Fi a 3 thing. You distract him enough that he becomes engaged with Fi, so he has to at least take another maneuver to get out of engaged, so he can't run just twice next turn. How about that?
That would work.
Okay, yeah, she's kind of like scrabbling and like grabbing onto his coat.
Yeah, exactly.
So he has to take 1 maneuver just to move 5 meters out, or 5 feet out of engage.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fine. All right, and then it is Juba the Jawa
I'm just gonna, prepare for next round.
by aiming or something.
Well, yeah. And I'm just gonna sit here and wait for which side he's gonna go on.
Well, because remember, if you aim this round, you can not take strain next round and have 2 aims.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna aim.
Cool. All right, back to the top with not Savak, with Jim.
Nope, that's game. Since I'm still gonna be taking acid, and that's gonna put me over.
Yeah, it's burned too.
That game, I just collapse right there.
All right, fine. Just walk the ball in now.
Victory lap.
Adra attacks you while you're... No, she just barks at you as you're doing it.
Good robot joke. Good robot joke.